No, seriously, we're live. We're
Well, who's
on.
doing the intro? I just work here.
The DM does the intro.
Oh,
Well,
I got used to Scott doing the intro.
I know. And
Line.
our cold opens. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. In the
Oh,
script, it says we say something really catchy, but nobody really gets it because it's such an inside joke.
All right,
I
I
think
got
we got
this.
that accomplished
I
now.
got this. Ready? Ready? Hail and well met.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Yeah.
well, welcome nobody and everybody because we never have anybody to begin with. Um, we are setting ourselves out on a new adventure of Storm King's Thunder. Back to D&D from getting our sanity fucked by Scott, thankfully.
That did happen.
So, in the adventure of Storm's King Thunder, we will embark shortly. But to begin, let's give you a little background here. Also known as the North, is a cold, rocky hills, sprawling forests, and foggy vales. Isolated strongholds, ancient burial mounds, and the ruins of many forgotten empires dot this vast landscape. Bounded by the Sea of Swords to the west and the desert of Anaurox to the east, the savage frontier extends as far north as Icewind Dale and as far south as the town of Daggerford. Old roads stretch across this great expanse, linking the dwarven strongholds and mines in the mountains to the coastal settlements, frontier towns, and fortified outposts of humans and other folk. These roads are very long, lonely, and poorly defended, making them dangerous to traverse. In fertile valleys, towns and cities have sprung up, separated by dozens, if not hundreds of miles of untamed wilderness, haunted by bandits, barbarians, and monsters. Evil dragons, stirred into action by the Dark Queen, Tiamat, threatened the settlements of the savage frontier for a time. Ultimately, they were defeated and forced to withdraw to their lairs while Tiamat was banished to the Nine Hells. Fear of the dragon's wrath has faded quickly with the coming of a new threat: giants. The people of the north are no strangers to giant incursions. Frost giants have long claimed the spine of the world as their denizens. The hill giants are known to scrounge for food in the untamed hills. But now, in the past couple of months, giants of every kind have emerged from their strongholds in force to threaten civilization as never before. And not just frost giants and hill giants, but also stone giants, fire giants, and cloud giants. All of the giants are in an uproar. Reports of giant attacks throughout the north have reached the coastal cities of Luskan, Neverwinter, and Waterdeep, stoking fears that the giants are waging war against humans, dwarves, and all small folk alike. And that happens to be where you guys are getting incorporated into. Any questions?
None that I
Um,
can think of.
so I don't remember if we talked about
How?
this, but just to kind of
So like I'm tall. I'm tall. How tall are giants?
Uh, many feet taller than you.
Oh, that's tall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
No further
remember
questions, Your Honor.
I don't remember if we talked about this at all, Mike, but where does Storm King's Thunder take place in the timeline of NASA? Was this a parallel kind of thing to the Tyranny of Dragons? It's its own thing, or was this happening in the time between Rise of Tiamat and um, Tomb of Annihilation, and then subsequently the Eberron Coast?
To answer your question, this happens as soon as Tiamat is banished. Things
Okay.
with the giants start getting interesting.
Okay. Cool. So this is
Mm-hmm.
like during the time that Leovan and and
And
Hagrid were
company.
being resurrected by um, what was that guy's name again? Ball? Ball.
That's what yeah, it's like something like that.
I heard balls.
Something like that. But
I
yeah.
don't have any questions about the introduction, though, no.
Okay. But yeah, that is where you guys are at. And so opening up, we bring ourselves into the city of Waterdeep, which at this time of year is having its usual spring festivals and festivities. And there happens to be a circus in town that is just wrapping up on the final night of festivities, and it is late in the evening.
Which town is this again?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Of course, there's a circus in town. NASA 5E just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So this circus has just wrapped up in the festivities, and people are starting to
Hey,
funnel out.
that's some nice peacetime you got there. It'd be a shame if we adventured in it.
So this happens to be known as Lady Lesalor's Starlight Circus. I know I'm throwing you a bone, eh, Scott?
Hey, I named that.
Yes, you did.
Ooh.
So,
Neil.
since there's no good way to do this but theater of the mind, we look down upon a group of circus performers, hands, and various other individuals that assist the circus of all different walks of life, huddled around one Arl Lesalor. She is a half-elf bard, very well dressed in red, black, and silver, and is a little over the top. But she is known for having a soft spot for the orphans and downtrodden of the world, and takes them in when she can. She's always been good to her performers and tries to teach them to be the best they can in the world in a way to make money that is more or less above the table. She's currently divvying out the daily salary from the take and a little bit extra as it is the last night to allow her performers one last hurrah in the town and festivities before they get on their way packing up in the morning. As we see, we're getting down to the last few individuals. She hands out about 2 silver pieces each to a group of 5 orphans, and they run off to go spend it in the town and get their sweets and toys before the store closed for the evening. Then we come in on a furbolg of sorts. Scott, if you would be so kind as to describe yourself.
Okay. I am a rather tall because I'm a furbolg. They are that way, but very, very thin. Sort of pale bluish skin that fades into a light pink around like the nose and the ears and the fingertips. Um, it's a beard that's kept trimmed really close, and sort of medium length hair that's lightly slicked back. Usually kept under a bandana. It's like a patterned maroon and gold. Um, Wearing a loose, sort of low buttoned beige shirt with a colorfully patterned vest that's open, unbuttoned. Um, Several rings on each like long finger that are cheap. A few cheap necklaces, cheap earrings on the wide ears, and a leather belt slung across one shoulder that has a few different pouches dangling from it.
So, as you turn to walk away, Arl looks at you and goes, Kaz, may I have a moment of your time?
Of course.
Well, you know, and you've been part of this family for more than a fair share of years. I was wondering if you could do me a favor tonight.
What would you have me do?
I've noticed there have been some rather seedy individuals hanging out the outside of the circus lately, and I know the little ones can usually find their way out of trouble, but I just have a bad feeling about tonight. Could you keep an eye on those 5 little ones? They are rambunctious, as you know.
Uh, Certainly, I can do this.
I would greatly appreciate it, and if you run into any trouble, well, find a way out of it, and if you need me, I will be here.
As you wish.
With that, she just gives you a nod and sends you on your way. So that gets us to I gotta change pages.
Change place pages.
Yes, change pages. And we are down here in this southern section. So, now that Scott is here, I can give him permission to use his damn character.
Huzzah!
Did you switch to player banner? Because I'm still on the title card.
Oh, give me a second. I have to do a little tweaking because people.
We
Yeah, Scott.
exist.
It's my fault.
Yeah, I gotta drag all the way to the end, so this will be a couple jumps for you guys. Just disregard everything in between.
Ah,
No one
ah.
looking.
Nobody
No one looking
remember that
anything.
ruined Karen.
Nobody look.
Don't excavate shit, anybody.
There's an eye. It says eye.
When the world blows up,
Yak folk don't know what they are.
They're like yaks, but they're folky.
They're like minotaurs, but
all
more
the way
like
to the
yaks.
They're like yaks who play the banjo.
So we're down
Let me
in
give
the
it-
south, correct?
yep.
This
Let
is
me
the
make
correct
sure
place?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
everybody will have control of their characters when the time comes.
What a pretty town map. I like this one.
Mhm.
That one goes to Barf Bag.
But
Okay. So, to all of you. To the token layer. So, as you're walking away from the circus, Kaz, and moving through the streets and the various denizens of Waterdeep, out of this alley off to the left, you hear a bit of a ruckus. Sounds like somebody's getting shaken down.
I'm going to step out into the alley, like out in front to see what's going on.
Okay, you should have control of your character,
Yep,
so.
there we go. You moved. Like right about there.
Okay, can you make a perception check for me to see what you see?
As I want to be. 9.
A 9, you see the backs of two shady looking individuals in cloaks, apparently yelling down the alley at what you quite can't make out yet. But they don't appear to be full grown humanoids, they look smaller than that. And you hear coming from one of them, "Little ones, give me your money. You know it's the least you can do to keep your skins."
I'm going to start shout out. Why don't you pick on someone bigger than you?
They turn around and look at you, and what you get from this is there looks to be some kind of a seedy character, a not as well dressed character, and some kind of brute at the far end of the alley there. Can you make another perception check for me?
There we go. That's a 20 total.
Okay. Through them turning around, you see down this alleyway, it's the five little ones that literally just ran off to go spend their hard-earned cash.
Mhm.
And regrettably, they are caught themselves into a rough situation. So from there, we will take a step away from you for the moment. And right out of this tavern to the north here, we have an individual known as Danvers step out. Corey,
Yes.
let's introduce Danvers to the group.
Okay. Danvers is a bronze dragonborn. A faded black tabard over clean and polished chainmail displays on it a worn, embroidered gauntlet with its fist to the sky, featuring a staring eye across its wrist. The Dragonborn's flail and shield show signs of use only in their wear, as they are also very well maintained and polished. The Dragonborn's bronze scales shimmer slightly when they catch the light just right. Despite the reptilian features, there is a softness to the expression, However, the emerald green eyes seem to pierce your soul, and the way he surveys the room and watches people would indicate that he is placing each person's virtue under scrutiny. About the dragonborn's head is a row of horns in varying lengths that line almost the entire crown of his head, ending in a pair of longer horns that kind of like curve upward to like elongate the skull a bit.
Okay. And you have just walked out of the tavern, and you heard, essentially, little ones, give me your money.
Hmm.
And one of the performers that you've seen wandering around town for the past week and a half
Hmm.
saying, why don't you pick on somebody your own size?
Okay.
If you
Uh,
would like to do anything, let me know.
yeah, can I tell which direction he's facing?
Perception check for me.
Okay. That is a 15.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that he is facing down the alley that is directly adjacent to the pub.
Okay. So I will kind of walk to the edge of the pub to the alley and see what's going on down the alleyway.
Okay, are you trying to peek around the corner, or are you just making yourself very present?
I'm quite loud when I walk.
Still
uh,
doesn't answer the question.
I'm making myself known.
Okay. You see this very brutish individual look at you and go, piss off, Bronzy. This doesn't pertain to you. Or you, fucking fluff ball.
Um,
And coming out of that, we get to introduce said individual of Ogliv, who hears a commotion starting down an alley across the way as he's stumbling through a different one.
I'm assuming this is where I introduced myself.
Correct.
Yeah. Name's Ogilvy. Um, I'm tall, like really tall. Like I don't know how tall a giant is, but I'm close. Maybe I don't know. Um, Around my belt, there is a weird weapon by most sorts. To most it looks like a sickle, but the blade is on the wrong side. But it still works like a good sickle. Um, just backwards. Um, my dress, it looks like I just came from the market district as a employee. I have all sorts of little musical trinkets around me, and I look really smart, like really wicked smart, like almost as smart as giants. Um, in terms of what I look like, well, me, but very no hair up here, uh, jet black beard stubble, and one of my big teeth is longer than the other. I've got a couple of bruises on my jaw and down my arms right now, where you can see from my work clothes, but I just look smashing. That's me, Ogilvy.
by looking
Uh,
smashing, do you mean you look like you've been smashing?
I don't understand the question.
so, you stumbling through this alley, enjoying the musical sounds and stylings of a city at the end of a festival and everybody getting their last bit of merriment before the end of the year comes, have seen a furbolg and a dragonborn step into an alley in what seems to be a very kind of tense posture.
Um, well, this seems interesting. So I'm going to walk forward, and I will ask, "Excuse me, do you happen to know what this hubbub's all about?"
Who would you be that addressing that to?
I'm going to go with my fellow giant boy.
Uh, these hooligans are trying to rob these children.
Well, are they having a hard time with it? It seems like it would be easy to do. Like wrong. Don't get me wrong. Wrong, but easy.
I'll say this once. They're kids. Fuck off and leave.
Excuse me, people who want kid money. Um, why are you failing so hard?
And with that question, we will go to our last individual, and that would be Barafond, I'm assuming. So, you at this point have been, again, enjoying the sights, sounds, and merriment of a festival and doing your little bit here and there to help the injured and sick that wander through the city, especially the heavy consumption of alcohol that comes with this kind of a festival. And you have seen a dragonborn, a furbolg, and a half-orc all wander into the same alley, and they seem to be screaming down it at what you don't know yet. So if you would be so kind as to introduce yourself.
Well, I'm glad you saved me for last because I pitifully am not ready to really have a descriptive appearance. I can tell you that what they may see if they look to their right is a dwarf. Uh, if they can tell which race, I'm actually a mountain dwarf, so I'm slightly taller, but still short by even today's standards. Um, Fully armored, shield slung to my back, and a very menacing-looking warhammer strapped to my tunic, armor, whatever descriptor you want to use on that one. My name, as you'll find out later, is actually pronounced Bearfane.
I'm gonna write that down.
I can see it.
And I see the commotion going on, and being who I am and what I believe in, I am more than ready to get into any kind of tussle. So I head that way.
Okay. I believe you should have control of your character.
I do.
Okay. And you approach the half-orc, the dragonborn, and the furbolg that are presently arguing amongst themselves, it seems, about the morality of stealing from children.
Um, yeah,
This is
like
typical us, by the way.
you, like you all are bigs. The kids are what's the word? Um, help me out here. What's the word?
Small.
Yeah, there. Why are you having a hard time?
The bandit captain is looking at you and trying to decide if you are arguing with the furbolg or arguing with him, and seems slightly bemused by the conversation had between you two.
No, you terrible thief. Yes, you. Why are you bad at your job?
Why don't you just get on your way and let me continue with my own business, and you mind your own?
Oh, fuck this! And I pull out my flail and I start like swinging it and walk up to him to try to hit him.
All right, everybody, roll initiative. I will have
Oh,
some.
yes!
Whoop.
-1! I have a -3 for my dexterity.
If you only put less
wow.
hooks on your flail as you put it in, like you really want to make sure you don't drop the flail, but now you
Well,
have to like unbuckle everything.
it's a flail. You gotta make sure you don't hit yourself in the face with it.
Yeah.
Right?
I was so close to a 19 and it rolled to a 1.
Give me a moment
Mhm.
while I wait on D&D Beyond to catch up with me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Come on, D&D Beyond, you can do it.
Make sure you drink lots of water today, okay?
What the hell is that to do with
All right.
Flush out whatever the
Who do
problem
we
is.
have in the range of
it? Really fucked me up.
25 to 20? Anybody?
Level 1. Level 1.
All right. 20 to 15?
Level 1. Level 1.
Getting
All right.
closer.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
All right. 15 to 10.
14.
All right.
Also a 14.
Hey, that's not so bad.
Hey, what's your dex mod?
+1.
Hey, we're the same.
All right. Then can I get you guys to roll a d20 and we'll see who goes first after that?
Ooh,
I
roll
rolled
off.
2. Dan goes first.
Okay. That makes it easy.
Barely. I rolled a 4.
Twice as much. Twice as much.
That's too much math for a half orc.
All right. 10 to 5.
Good lord. It's
I
good to
rolled a
see our
1.
initiative tendencies are staying the same.
5 to 1.
2.
Okay.
Little me, myself, and Irene there, Ogilvy.
Are you gonna give me
Uh,
like a -5 to 0 range or anything like that?
Anything 0 or less.
I believe, I
Does
believe
this
that is a
mean?
first.
Yeah. Does that mean that Danvers skips the first round and he comes in at the start of the second?
I started
And
combat and
scratches.
somehow I got surprised.
You're just gathering up your steam on your flail.
You know, the worst part is one of them rolled lower than you guys.
Roller than
All
me?
of us?
Is he in a
Still rolled
wheelchair?
above you.
It's the children. They haven't developed fast leg muscles yet.
Okay. That starts combat off, though, with it not being you guys. And it happens to be this bandit captain looking individual.
Why'd you go?
Mm.
And him seeing that big old maul that's starting to come after him,
Come here.
he's not even going to stand and fight, surprisingly.
Any size.
So he's going
Well,
to
he
just
is
haul
picking
at
on
So
kids.
just set off
Yeah.
spaghetti.
35, 40,
sorry.
45, 50. And he just runs straight
Got you a donut.
off the map. Yep.
Got you a donut. You ain't a
So
donut.
he is straight up gone. The next is this individual. And he is going to take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And hold there for a moment. And let me make sure. He's going to pull out a heavy crossbow. And he is going to make a ranged attack at our dragonborn individual.
What a wuss.
That is a 15 to hit.
Miss. Catch it with my shield.
Okay.
Excuse me. Did you have to get that close just to shoot a bolt? Does your aim suck?
Fuck off. So next, we have Bear.
All right. I take my shield off my back, or ready it, pull my warhammer off of my belt. 15, and I actually surprisingly don't need all of my 25-foot move speed to get to that point there. Of course, being diminutive and shaped like a fire plug, can wade through the others pretty easily.
Well, you know, dwarfs are very dangerous
And
over short distances.
one of a sprinter,
Natural
really.
sprinters.
We're wasting
And
our country.
I will attempt to attack individual in front of me.
Okay.
I believe that is a 16 to hit. Getting used to my new numbers here. Yes, it is.
And that'll hit.
Okay. My 8 comes up 2, so that's 4 bludgeoning.
Oh. All right. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
I don't believe so.
All right, then
I
I'll
still don't.
give.
I'd like to start off by getting a little bit angry that no one's answering my questions in a direct and honest manner. So that's going to make me go into a bit of a rage. So let me mark that off. And as I do that, I'm going to start by reaching for my sickle and go, no, it's time to bring out Sheila as I grab this warhammer off my back, and I'm going to rush forward up until I ultimately get on the other side of this here guy and hit him with my warhammer and try to bring him onto his back. Ultimately, it's just a regular attack is what I'm trying to do, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So
And the
I guess,
northern individual, correct?
yes, on the guy that did the crossbow bolting and the answer not given in. So I'm going to make my warhammer attack. This is two-handed, by the way.
Okay.
And that will end up being a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Yes. I get to roll one of these dicey boys then. For 6 damage. 1 plus 3 for my strength and another 2 for rage.
Okay.
Minimum damage.
All right. And then that brings us to Kaz.
Okay. I am going to cast Frostbite on that dude in the north. So he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Alrighty. He rolled a natural 17 plus 2.
He's safe.
Okay. Anything else you would like to do?
One step back.
All right. That leaves us with our bandit individual here, who is not looking that pretty. So that being said, he is going to flee also. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
If
You
at
will
all
get
possible.
opportunity attacks. Yes. We will start with a bear. If he would like to take his opportunity attack.
Oh, absolutely. Melee attempt. Nice. That is a 22 to hit
Will hit.
for 6 bludgeoning.
All right. He is still standing.
If at all possible. My turn, please.
Go for it.
Wonderful, thank you. Once again, two-handed warhammer attack since that was the last one I made. That one will be an 18 plus 5. I think that's a 23.
That'll hit.
Great. Just great. That one will end up being 7 damage, 2 plus 3 plus 2.
That being said, as he's running past you, he drops dead and happens to slam into one of said children that you are trying to protect.
Excuse me. You're
No
not
harm
allowed
done.
to die. You're not allowed to die. I need more answers, please.
So, non-lethal?
If at all possible.
Okay, then he is presently unconscious.
If I can give him a solid kneecap, and that would be ideal.
Yep. We'll go with that one. Okay, and that brings us up to last but not least, Danvers.
Yeah, -1, -1. All right, I will take a step forward, still flailing my flail, and I'm going to flail it flail style at his face.
Okay.
That's an 8 to hit.
I don't believe that'll hit.
No? Are you sure?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That puts us back at the top of the round. You have no idea where that captain has run off to, but that leaves us with our thug individual here. And not liking these odds, he is going to flee. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I think Danvers is the only one with a reaction left.
Yeah, I'm gonna react. Does a 9 hit?
No, it does not.
Damn it.
And then he continues to flee 5, 10, 15, 20, and he proceeds to disappear into the abyss once more, down the alleys. So, Assuming you guys don't want to murder any children or pursue these guys, we can get out of combat. If you would like to pursue, we can continue.
No, I'm not quite so angry about them not answering questions anymore.
Officially not my problem.
Excuse me, little kids. Can you answer those questions? How are they?
At this point, most of them have defecated themselves or pissed themselves because they swear they just saw a big half-orc murder a man that fell into one of them.
No, look, he's still alive. Look. Hi guys, how are you doing today? Sorry for trying to steal from you.
That is more traumatizing to them, but one of them finally peeks up and goes, "Well, sir, we're just out on the town, and well, I guess they saw us get our payment for the evening and decided that we were easy prey, and they wanted our money from us." And looking past this half orc, they kind of catch a glimpse of Kaz and go, "Kaz, is that you?"
Yes. What have I told you about running into alleyways?
"Don't do it, because big scary men are there and they'll try and take our money."
And was I right?
"Yes." What should we do now? There's a dead guy, a scary orc man, a weird lizard thing, and a guy about our size with big hammer.
Just make your way back home.
Okay. With that,
Hold on, were they scared of me?
Of course.
Oh, sorry, kiddos.
without saying a word, I missed one apparently, or two. I don't know anymore. I just work here. They all go running away. So they all haul ass, say thank you to Kaz as they're going past, and there is a unconscious man laying on the ground by you guys.
What do we do about him?
What's the word for this?
Leave?
Yeah, that's the one. Wait. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the unconscious body and check his pockets.
Okay. Rummaging through his pockets, you really don't find much on him. He has a couple copper pieces, about 5 copper pieces, a silver piece, and a kind of odd, not exactly a coin, it looks more like a wooden token on it that is emblazoned with a golden goose.
I'm gonna pocket the money,
Okay.
and then what do you all make of this? Show him the golden goose thing.
I put my hand up for it. Not food, and I hand it back.
I
Any of
glance
you-
at it as it's exchanging hands, and I look and say, "What does this guy work for? Willy Wonka?"
If any of you are interested in it, feel free to make a history check for me, and we'll see what you guys come up with.
Excuse me, is Mr. Wonka hiring?
Either a 6 or a 9. It's a 6.
I rolled a 5.
So,
Flat roll.
so 9.
11.
Honestly, none of you have really seen anything like this before. It seems like an odd kind of trinket that could be easily replicated just about anywhere. You don't even know if the goose on it is solid gold. It looks like it might
Oh,
just be painted wood.
hold up. I know. This is a kiddies game where you take this and you slam it a bunch on top of a bunch of other of these coins, and they fly all over the place. And if they come up heads up, you get to keep them. And if they come up heads down, the other person gets to keep them.
I honestly cannot believe that in 2020 you just made a Pogs reference. Like, what?
I even remembered that and got that reference. I'm surprised, embarrassed, and proud of myself at the same time.
So, as you all
What
are
do you mean we don't get fans because of the arcane references I make?
through, you're completely to blame. So as you all are rummaging through pockets and trying to discuss this coinage, you start hearing the clattering of what sounds like a lot of armor and a lot of weapons coming your way. And as you guys are about to turn to leave, from this
I
end,
got a battle chubby going. Sorry.
so there are 3 guards that appear covering the 3 exits from that alley. There's what appears to be a guard, or a guard captain, a nobleman who bears a striking resemblance to the individual that you guys just stopped from robbing these children, except in much finer clothing than he was in before, and 2 guards behind him. And as he walks up, the nobleman points at the 4 of you and goes, "Them, sir. Those are the 4 that just tried to rob me and my mates. See, one of them is unconscious on the ground over there."
Oh, I can explain that.
Don't.
He
Don't.
did it to himself. He's just stupid drunk. Just look at him. It's like, oh great, I'm stupid drunk.
So this guard captain looks over the 4 of you, noticing that there is a little bit of blood and bruising on your weapons. From
Not
this
mine.
individual goes, true. Looks you all over and goes, "Please explain the meaning of this to me. What happened?"
um, oh, what was the word?
This asshole and 2 of his friends tried to rob 5 kids. That's the word.
Um,
That's the one you were looking for.
that's all one word.
In common, yes.
Oh, is that one word? Excuse me, Mr. Fancy Man. One word, yes.
So, for that, could you make a persuasion check for me, Danvers?
I'm gonna try a different dice. I shouldn't have.
The other one was due.
A 4.
Okay.
Level 1. Level 1.
All right, I can get rid of that. So, looking at you all, he looks to the noble, says, "Sir, with all due respect, you won't want to be here for this. We'll get your friend to a medic. And please return home and I will handle this personally." And the nobleman goes, "Very good. I shall be on my way, and I shall take my compatriot with me, though." As he moves down the hallway to gather up his individual, do you guys do anything to him?
I'm not gonna do anything first.
There's so many guards.
So this guy is taking one of the thieves because he's in with the nobleman,
No,
city guard.
the nobleman has decided that he is taking the companion instead of letting the guard captain take him with. And the guard captain has said that he will be handling the situation from here forward and that he should return home and he will never have to worry about this problem again.
It's. I don't know what it sounds like, guys, but I don't think it sounds good.
So would any of you like to do anything to prevent this nobleman from taking this bandit that just was accosting children?
And you said they look very similar to each other.
Their facial structure, basically their face is identical to that bandit captain looking dude you saw earlier accosting these children. The
Oh,
only
okay.
difference is that he is in much, much finer clothing than he was before.
I just want to give a tug on his clothes as he goes by. See if
Unhand me, you scourge. They are solid. As he
apologies.
bats your hand away. With seeing you take a tug, all of the guards begin to move in a little bit and motion for you all to collect down the alleyway.
Hands up.
I can you say that in smaller, easier to understand words?
That being said, he begins to move away, dragging his friend with him, and the guards continue to close in, assuming you don't have anything you all would like to do.
Would like to, but not with this arrangement.
Okay, they move out. Guards move in. As the nobleman's walking away with his buddy, unconscious, slapping him awake, he goes, "You all pay for this. My God will make sure of it." And he just proceeds to disappear off into the alleyway, bitching and moaning and scoffing about his friends being, unconscious and accosted by assholes and so on and so forth. As soon as that nobleman is out of sight, the captain of the guard looks at you all and goes, "My apologies. I had to put on a show for that asshole. He's one of the nobleman's sons, and he has this weird cult he's been part of that says they need to do these deeds for their god to take over the world. And yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to put on a show for his dumb ass. You guys, if you can do me one favor, I'll let you off with a warning. I know they're assholes. I know they deserved it. And honestly, I believe you. They were trying to rob kids. They seem the type.
What would you have us do?
So, I need you to go check on somebody for me. He's a little ways away, but I haven't heard from him in a little while. I've got word that things are getting rough out there in the world, that giants are coming out and about, and yes, half-orc man.
Oh no, I just thought I was about to get arrested.
You can put your arms down.
How far's a little ways?
It's a few days out of town. It's a walled settlement known as Nightstone. If any of you would like to see what you know about Nightstone, you can go ahead and make a history check for me.
I don't know much. It's a 9.
Oh
11.
God. I have not like rolled above a 5 yet, except for that one perception check.
Nice job, Will Wheaton.
Okay. Oh, I wish there was an easier way to move maps around and get you guys on it.
Solve the pandemic and play in person.
So a 9. Anybody roll above a 9?
I got an 11.
Okay. Out of
No.
all of the people you have, let me move some maps around so I can make this easier for myself. And Roll20 hasn't optimized their shit yet. Alright. So we'll move you guys over to the map of the north here for a minute.
There's no town names.
Yeah, which might be a problem. Well, that's exceptionally stupid. I didn't check that. I figured the map of the north would have town names. It doesn't
Hey,
even on the GM layer.
hey, remember when I did that with that map for all of Rise of Tiamat? And part of Eberron Coast?
Yep. Let me check the handout. It might be in there. Negative. Let me check the other one.
That's okay. I'm not so good at the letters anyway.
This one's better. I'll give you guys this one. So, bear with me. And we'll move you guys over to this one that is the north.
Oh,
Do
Okay.
you see town names?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
What
nice.
town are we currently in right now?
Waterdeep.
What deep? Okay.
You are all located currently right there. Yes.
Yes.
And Nightstone is just right over there.
Oh, great. That's on the way home for me.
Because I wanted it. So, it's probably no more than 3 days travel. It's on the high road for the most part. So, I mean, it's not horribly, horribly bad to travel. And he looks at y'all and goes, so I just want you to see if there's a individual known as Morik Urgrey still in town. That strikes a chord with you, Oglib, and you remember that he is a inn owner in Nightstone. He owns the Nightstone Inn of all things, and is actually very, very fond of adventurers, as he used to be one himself, and is just a very pleasant dwarvish individual. You've had a few encounters with him in your, travels here and there, and various, fighting events that you have been part of.
I. Oh, hey, hi. I know that guy. Um,
Oh,
yeah. He makes me fight things sometimes, but the other person always knows we're fighting.
he chuckles at you and goes, "Well, that's a plus at least."
Yes. Um, I'm not too solid on this, but that makes it better. Yes.
So if you would all be willing to do that for me, I can look the other way.
I'll do it.
How,
I guess my question
how,
though is what were you gonna do if we didn't come along?
What do you mean?
You're
Well,
just
they keep
hoping that you would
looking.
run into someone that you're like, oh hey, this person can go do this thing I need him to do.
I
Seems a little
believe
random.
that we're gonna keep looking the same way.
Well, I was planning on hiring a courier to deliver a message, but seeing as I stumbled upon you assholes instead, I
save the
figure it's a
ship?
win-win. I don't have to pay anybody, and you guys get off scot-free.
Excuse me, his name is Kaz.
Yeah, his name is Kaz, so he is scot free because he is not Scott.
Yes.
So, do we have an accord?
I was probably going to say Mork anyway.
How long does it take to get there?
By
Uh,
foot, it's probably about 3 days.
Also, um, is your neck okay? If that's what it takes to get you to turn your neck, I think you need to see a doctor.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the guy that I'm still not sure. Are we being arrested or not?
Told you you can put your hands down.
Oh, okay.
just, just if you do happen to come across him, let him know that Tormund Magasail is interested in his well-being, and if he happens to be dead, just send me back a message saying so, and hands over 2 gold to cover the cost of you guys sending a messenger.
I have one question before we go.
Right? What can I do for you?
What is the name of the individual that just dragged the beaten individual away from here?
Well, that happens to be Lord Arwen Ferry.
Lord Arwen Ferry.
Yeah, he is kind of a prick, to be fair.
I just want to know who's actually in charge around here, who you report to. Don't be
Well,
surprised if he shows up dead at some point in time because we
I
just
will.
got we just got blamed for something that he was involved with. Stealing money from kids does not sit well, and now we're being wrangled into having to perform this job.
If he
So,
turns up dead, I will happily look the other way. He has been nothing but a blight and a nuisance.
We have your word.
Yes, you
right.
do.
So when we come back from this, at least I know what I'm doing then.
I just gently pull Ogilvy's hands down.
But we just admitted we're going to kill a noble. That seems like something I should put my hands up for.
He said we can.
Surprised you
makes
can
it
even
better.
say admitted. Seems like an awful long word for you.
No, people keep on telling me at work, I admit that this is a cool instrument, but I can't play something I can't
Well,
carry.
I just look at it as if we didn't even commit a crime and we're being basically ushered into indentured servitude. That's the worst that's going to happen if you do commit a crime. But I'm not worried about it.
He's been more of a nuisance than I care to admit.
I put out my hand in motion for like a handshake, and I say, "My name's Danvers, and I will do this for you."
Thank you, Danvers. You're the only one who's not an asshole.
I wouldn't go that far.
All right.
Oh, I know that word. I know that word.
Hey, it's either you guys can deliver this message and I look the other way, or I can go bring you to the magistrate and he can decide what to do with you. Which would you prefer?
Which one would I prefer?
The first one.
Then that one. Thank, thank you, loud man.
All right. Well, if your lot has nothing else to ask of me, me and my men will be continuing our security patrols throughout the rest of the evening.
Yeah, go harass more innocent people. That's fine. Leave me alone.
And that being said, they are going to disappear into the evening. So if there's anything you guys would like to do, let me know.
We
At
all
this point, it's probably about 11 o'clock, 11:30ish at night.
I was going to say it's nighttime. We need to prep for travel, so we might as well find some place to bed for the night.
Uh, I'm. Am I safe in assuming that the tavern that you said I walked out of at the beginning of this is the one I'm also staying at?
Yeah, it's safe to assume that all of you already have lodgings procured. You've been traveling. You know, you
Oh,
just happenstance brought you all into this town.
Right.
that, that's absolutely great because I was just gonna settle in right here.
You all have various residencies to return to. The big thing is setting a time and place to meet up in the morning.
may I ask all of your names? This happened fast.
Oh, yes.
I know you said your name, right?
Yeah, I'm Ogilvy.
Ogilvy.
Nice to be accused of a crime with you all.
I suppose since we're unwittingly thrown together, I'm Danvers.
I am Barethane Badgernath.
That is a mouthful. I'm Kazabisai.
Is that all one word?
If you need it to be.
Thank you. One words are simpler.
Right.
Yeah,
I would it be safe to say that in my travels I've probably met a few furbolgs? Should I like
Mm,
roll something to see if I have or not?
yeah, roll me a history check.
Okay.
Let's see what your history says.
6.
Uh, you remember meeting something tall and fuzzy? You're not exactly sure what it was. Your memory's a little rough at the moment on it.
Yeah. So I look at Kaz and I go, "What even are you?"
I, I get that a lot. We are called Furbolg,
Who's we?
the ones who look like this.
Hmm.
You've not heard of us.
No, can't say that I have.
can I just call you Kaz?
I would prefer that.
It seems easier to pronounce than Firbolg. Firbig? Fergum. Kaz.
Kaz is
Don't hurt yourself, Ogilvy.
I thank you.
All right,
So,
why don't we meet back here at First Light? We've got a long walk ahead of us.
First Light.
Yeah, you know when the sun comes up.
uh, now I do.
I see.
Ogilvy, that's when it stops being dark outside and starts being light.
I'll have a question for you. Are you known for making terrible first impressions?
I'm known for many things. You're not known to me for knowing words.
I'm gonna put that as yes.
I just turn and leave the alley and go to my.
Like, we said First Light, but we didn't say where.
I did. I said meet here at First Light.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's where I'll be. I don't know where you'll be.
Yeah. I'm gonna wander off back to the circus.
Jay, are you keeping your notes in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Group notes.
Yep.
So
I'll be the Marisha Ray of this campaign.
as you all wander off to your respective places, Arl Leslor comes running up to Kaz and goes, "Kaz, are you all right? The little ones told me what happened."
I am fine. But they are making me do something. I
Oh,
will be gone for a few days.
well, I'm not sure where we are going right now. You know how it is. Where the road takes us is where we go, and we'll put on a show whenever we arrive.
Sure.
We'll keep our eyes out, and if we find a place to settle for a little while, we'll send a message back here, and, well, hopefully you can find us. If not, I know you can survive.
I will find you.
All right, well, sounds like you have a bit of a journey ahead of you. Get some rest.
I just heard the sounds in Skyrim when you pick up a quest. It's an optional quest picked up. Find the circus.
Yes. So, with that, as long as none of you have any deities you wish to speak to, any binges you wish to go on, we can advance ourselves to the next day.
Um, no, I'm just going to feed my sleep addiction.
All right. So, as the next day rolls around, it's bright and early, birds are chirping, being obnoxious, and you all get a nice hearty breakfast at your respective lodgings, and meet back up in this alley.
Just before we go to bed, I want to. No, we'll do that later. Never mind. We're good.
If you want to do something, go for it.
I was gonna say I was just gonna cast Find Familiar
Okay.
to bring up a raven.
That works.
Okay.
All right.
Just didn't want to lose a spell slot.
So you all wander together into this alley in the morning, looking a little more or less haggard from the evening's events of last night and a little more or less disgruntled from it. As you all collect and begin to travel down the high road towards your destination, it's relatively innocuous for the most part, seeing as, well, it's well traveled, it's along the coast, it's relatively well guarded as time goes on. But moving down the road, anyone who wants to, can I get them to make a perception check?
Ooh, I rolled above a 5. It was a 6. That gives me a 9.
I rolled a 20 for a 23.
Okay. Anybody else? 10. Okay. So, Augie and Kaz make note of this, that across the road, you guys are seeing the high road of all things, drag marks, and it looks like the soil has been turned up. And it's not looking like it was by a plow or a creature. It looks like something was dragged through here that isn't very mobile.
I would like to send my raven off to fly in that direction and see if it can spot anything, or if I can spot anything through it.
Okay. Are you going to let anybody else know that you are going to be going blind and
Nope.
deaf, or are you just going to
Nope.
stumble down the
I'm
road?
just sitting there with my arms crossed, and then the bird that was sitting on my shoulder just flies off.
So you stopped moving before, or are you
Oh,
going
are
to
we
keep
walking?
Yeah, you guys are heading down the high
Yeah.
road.
We're not on a wagon.
No.
I'm just gonna say one second, and then do the same thing that I just
Okay. Make a perception check for your raven.
said. It's terrible. Should have the thing actually pulled up. Perception would be a 5.
There are drag marks that continue off the road a couple hundred of yards, and then they get lost in a grouping of trees.
Okay.
And your raven can't seem to pick them back up.
Okay. I'm just gonna bring it back, and then something was dragged off the road, off into the trees. We should be careful.
Okay.
So, as you all begin to approach closer and closer, you're noticing in these drag marks that it seems like it's been a good long while since whatever it was dragged through here. It's a trench, essentially, that's been gouged through the road. And with a bit of rain that's been coming through on and off here and there the last few days, it looks like it's starting to fill back up and get real muddy. It's not really deep, but they're actually, could I get you guys to make another perception check for me, whoever wants to?
Ooh,
That was good. 22. I'm perceptive.
I think I also had a 22. I did.
Natural 20.
15.
All right. Well, luckily you all make note of this. And Jay, was your natural 20 any higher than that with skill modifiers or no?
21.
And
What's going on?
so basically Kaz, Danvers,
He
and
didn't poop
Ugliv
this morning,
come to this conclusion all at the same time
or did he?
that
I don't think he did.
there
No, he
was
did.
what appears to be some part of a machine that was dragged, dropped, and dragged again through here that was ungodly heavy. There, you start making note of this a moment later that, again, it is a very, very large machine component. And you, of all people, being dwarvish in nature, make note that it is very fine craftsmanship, that there are subtle engravings that are implanted into this mud. But nothing discernible. It's just fancy engravings in the mud that look like they shouldn't be there from a machine component. If you would not like to pursue this any further, that is fine with me.
I've come to the conclusion that this is not a dried up river.
So just to recap, right? So there is a groove that has been cut by some sort of machine through the road.
No, it doesn't look like it's smoothed by a machine. It looks like it is something that has just been dragged through there without any mechanical component or any design to make a trench.
Okay,
Looks like it's
about
just something really heavy that tore up the earth.
how wide and deep is the trench?
The trench is probably about a good 3 foot deep, and it's probably in the ballpark of 10, 15 foot wide.
Okay, so it's essentially made the road impassable to wagons.
No, because with the rain and whatnot, refilling the trench, it's kind of just flushed the sides down where the soil was a bit harder and more hard packed. It has retained its shape,
Okay,
but where it was looser, it kind of has fallen back in, and people have done, a bit of work here and there to fill it back in so they can get back through.
okay, and then this trench goes off into the woods.
Yeah, about 100, 200 yards away.
Any bets this has anything to do with all the giant stuff that's been going on lately?
That could make sense.
Have we heard of anything this far south?
Mm. Mm.
Feel free to make a history check if you guys have heard of anything this far south.
Considering that my hometown is just a little further south than this, what would I know just by existing?
You would know by existing what everybody else knows by existing is that the giants are coming out of everywhere, and it's really kind of an oddity. There have been a few relatively minor incursions deeper in the south than your hometown, but
Yeah.
those are much more rare than what's been going on further in the north. They're, few and far between, but it's more known because it is so far less common that far south.
Danville's, I have to tell you that I've done a lot of thinking about this, and it made my brain hurty.
And
That's it.
okay, I rolled a 17 for my history check.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. So, Danvers. Did you roll one, Dan?
Yeah. Sorry, I was working on my character. I don't know what my modifier is. I think it's a 3, so 10.
Okay. So, Danvers would be aware of this, that yes, you have heard of giant attacks this far south.
Okay.
Yes, they have been more and more frequent than what they have been in the past. And normally those attacks are just from hill giants, which something like this doesn't line up with.
Right. Well, unless the entire town of Nightstone was dragged into this woods here, I think that I'd rather just move on.
Maybe I can get a better look. I'm gonna try again to send the Raven into the woods if we're close enough to do that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Make another perception check for me.
That is so much better. That is a 17.
Okay. Going into the woods, your raven is able to follow these tracks a little bit better. And it looks like at a certain point, the trench stops and wagon wheels and very large, very heavy footprints turn up.
A few minutes later, after it comes back, very, very large footprints deep in the woods. So I would prefer to avoid.
Yeah.
All right. After that, your day continues relatively uneventful. Just the happenings of the road, and the people traveling the high road, and bed down for the night again. You find relatively comfortable lodgings on the high road because high road. Next day follows suit. Nothing exciting happens. The people here and there. You guys are kind of an oddity. You get small children running up to you, all excited, and they're seeing a dragonborn and a half orc and a dwarf, and a big fuzzy teddy bear man.
Um, whenever kids like come up to Danvers, he like takes a knee and shows them the signet ring that he has because there's like a cool like symbol on it.
Okay.
It's
You
a
get
secret Dakota ring.
you get the oohs and the ahs and the kids wanting to touch it, and they're touching all your armor and your weapon, and they're doing it to all of you. It's just you know think
Oh, oh,
toddler with a new person. They're just excited.
Hmm.
oh, hold up. Don't touch this one. The blade is on the other side. It still works, just backwards.
So wait, is your sword like the Dothraki sword in Game of Thrones?
What's the Dothraki?
Okay,
Did
so
they
that day.
fight?
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
All right, that day continues uneventful, and you're coming near again. You know, place to crash. Next day, you start traveling. This being the third day, rain's picked up a little bit. It's a bit more of a slog. More people are spending times in carts and under their cloaks, and not so many children out running around, and it's just a little miserable for the most part. And halfway through the day, the rain finally lets up. And can I get a perception check from whoever wants to make one again?
Receiving
3.
13.
13.
17.
Well, Bearfane is the one who notices this first, and part of it comes from his lineage as a dwarf, essentially. and you all see, well, Bearfane sees off in the distance, these large, large plumes of black smoke rising on the horizon. It seems like they follow most of the high road. And it almost seems like, actually, let me put you guys on the map again, because that would be helpful.
So I look over and I say, smoke, very bad. You go first. Oh, wait. Right actor, wrong movie. Sorry.
But it's happening right in this area here, give or take. So you guys are still probably an hour or so off from it.
Question. Do you guys know how to run?
I run okay.
Cool. I would like to put this to a vote. How about we do that?
I look over at the tall nature and long legs of everyone I'm with, and I just. Shit.
Yeah, because I forgot, but Danvers is not short by any. He's 6'3".
I'm 7'2".
I'm in the middle.
Now, I'm no Dr. J, so this would be a really shitty basketball team.
No, we need somebody to be the ball.
As you are all having this kind of weird conversation, you do make note that there are people coming from the south that do have kind of a smoky smell to them.
I pull one aside. Literally pull them. Like, excuse me, sir. What happened over that way?
Oh shit, don't hurt me.
No, not hurty. Not hurty. See, you're not being hurty. What happened over that way?
Oh, a grove of trees caught on fire, and there's kind of an odd tree that's still burning there.
Is it an important tree?
No, not really. It's just a large tree.
Oh, then why are you running so far away from it?
I'm heading to Waterdeep.
Where's that?
It's where we came
Your-
from.
Oh, we were just there. Nothing on fire. Nothing on fire in Waterdeep.
Okay. You know we've had storms the last few days, right?
Do we know that?
Well, seeing as you guys were slogging through a storm
Oh yeah, that's right.
a couple hours earlier.
Yep, I remember this.
Okay. Nothing's on fire. Nothing. Like, literally, like, even the hearth's not on fire.
That's good to know. As he
Okay.
tries to put you off of him.
Oh, sorry. Let me put you down. Alright. Have fun, little one.
And as soon as he hits the ground, he starts running. He wasn't running before. He starts running now.
Excuse me, sir, your shoe is untied.
Nope, he's not stopping.
He's gonna trip.
Look, it's a shoelace dragon.
He's
So-
gonna look like an idiot with mud all over his face.
As you all begin to move further south, you come across the outskirts of this grove that this individual has told you is burnt out. And you see this tree that seems to still be there, though everything around it is burnt to charcoal.
This is not normal, right?
When there has been a fire.
Does the tree have any particular markings on it that are
Could you
apparent?
make an investigation check for me?
I don't think I'm good at that. That sounds like an intelligence thing. 14.
That's actually not horrible, so that's good. When you venture off the road towards this tree, as you're getting closer to it, you notice that it's actually a fairly tall tree that seems to still be burning. It's about 40 foot tall. Looks like it shouldn't be burning anymore, but it's still burning. Through your investigation and walking around the trunk, you notice that about 9 foot up on the trunk, there's a black onyx rune stone in this trunk. Do you happen to speak giant?
I actually did not pick my other languages yet.
Okay.
I do.
Well, seeing as it's so high up, I'm going to walk back to the group and ask one of the taller individuals if they'd like to go look at it. I mentioned where it is, what I've seen.
Hey, there's a black little scribbly thing in the wall there of the tree. Trees have walls, right?
I want to walk over and take a look.
Same.
Okay. Let me get a general intelligence check from you guys.
Adequate.
5.
15.
4.
Okay, let me see if I have this as a handout because I'm not sure. That would be... No, so I'll have to drop it in real fast. So as you all are traveling, if it'll take it, ba-bum. Give me a quick moment.
Sure.
I gotta upload this real fast. So over here by the Sea of Swords, which you guys can't really make out, so we'll make it bigger. We
Oh,
got all these wonderful runes.
runes.
Really shitty to see on this map. Oh. Get rid of it on this one and I'll shuffle some shit. Should be easier to read on a different page. There. That there. There we go.
I can read now.
So, Kaz makes note of this, that in his time with giants and their runes that he has done studying, I'm going to try and make this bigger for you guys, make it a little easier, that it is this rune here, the Ilil rune. It is a fire rune.
It looks like a snail.
This the rune means it's fire related.
So at this time, with you guys spending some time here, being close to this rune, any metal you are carrying is starting to get hot. It's getting hot. You spent more than a few minutes here. It's warming up real fast.
Well, considering I'm wearing a bunch of metal,
It's
I'm,
it's
I'm
still active. We should back away.
Yep, I'm moving.
All right. As you're moving back, you're starting to feel it cooling off. And once you get to about 20, 25 foot out, it's not getting hot anymore. Your armor begins to cool off. You're starting to feel a little bit better. It got a little uncomfortable, but you didn't spend enough time there to really start hurting. But you get the feeling if you had spent too much time there, it would have hurt.
Hmm. Do you think Mork did this?
Does he know giant magic?
Um, you know, I've never asked.
from a distance, like 60 feet away, I want to try casting Frostbite on the rune.
Okay. Let me see here.
I don't know that it could take a Constitution saving throw, but just want to make some ice appear on it and see what happens.
Let's play some numbers here. So you, and it was Frostbite, you said?
Frostbite, yeah.
Okay. Read
Cantrip.
something. Stupid computer not typing. Read this real fast. Roll a d6 for me.
6.
You got a 6 on it?
I rolled a 2.
For a total of?
2.
Alright. Frostbite spell does make it there. It hits the rune, it seems to dull slightly, and then it flares right back up.
Do
With-
you reckon there's anything we can do about this?
Perhaps with enough ice or cold magic. I don't know this yet, though.
Do you guys know any of those?
I just did the one I know. Perhaps we could mark it so it is not a complete rune.
Bearfang, could you make a... Oh, what would be a good one for you? Yeah, make a history check for me.
At 20 for 22.
Hey,
Alright. Again, being a dwarf, forging is come into this. You make note that this looks like it is pretty much cast out of some kind of a solid metal, and it is very, very large in size. But you also make note that normally runes have to be attached to something to be active. So if there was a way to, let's say, remove it from this tree, it would probably deactivate.
And why were we thinking about removing it?
You weren't, I'm just giving you information.
that was an idea you had.
Okay. Well, seeing as all the metal heats up when we go over there, I don't think any of us want to walk over in our loincloth and try to remove this thing from the tree.
I can.
Um,
I start taking off all my jewelry.
Excuse me, guys, if I might suggest something that might sound a little bit stupid. We currently don't have the abilities to do this simply, but we do have the abilities to talk to Mork, because Mork is a person and not a tree on fire.
One of you has an axe?
Nope.
No. I have a dagger.
Does that help?
I don't think that removing this is something that we should be trying right now.
Is a random tree that's on fire really that big of a problem?
To the tree, maybe.
It could be useful. And
Yeah.
it's better not to have constant.
Look, here's what we'll do. We'll sleep here when we go camping because the fire's already made.
I'm gonna take off the bandana and wrap it around the dagger, grab it, and then go towards the tree now that I have removed the metal jewelry, which is the only metal I had. And I'm going to try to dig this thing out. Mike, you are muted.
Make a strength check for me.
My best stat. Oh, that's a 2.
Make it with advantage, because you did cast frostbite on it.
That is a 9.
Okay, you get the dagger back there. You seem to wedge it in where you cast frostbite, so it's not as warm, but it's definitely starting to heat up.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Just hack.
All right. Can I get you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oh, good roll. Thank God. That is a 20 total.
Okay. So being there in the heat of this rune, it's really hot being this close to it for this long. You take 3 fire damage.
Whew. I instantly run back. It's not just the metal that gets hot.
Okay. But as you were hacking away at it and trying to pry it off the tree, it did move a little bit, just not a whole hell of a lot. Looks like a little more strength, you guys could get it off of there.
One of you want to try?
Ugh,
Um,
fine. If it means we get moving, and I start like undoing the belt that holds the tabard on, and take that off, and the chainmail, and
6
I,
hours later.
I just drop my mace and my warhammer, and I take out my sickle, because then that's the only thing that I have. And I take off my shirt and I wrap it around my handle, because I saw Kaz do that, and Kaz seems like trustworthy folk, and I make my best attempt at it.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Oh, okay. Muscle Wizard cast 16.
All right. With wedging your sickle behind it, the frostbite spell, the hacking away, and the stabbing with a dagger, this rune pops free of the tree. Right as you start feeling like you're gonna start hurting here in a minute if you stand too close to this thing. And
I
it starts cooling off really fast.
I didn't even notice.
thank God it takes
Um,
so long for me to take my armor off. I wouldn't have gotten very far in that time.
Buckle number 2, he's trying to get the one over the shoulder, can't turn that far. Make a perception check as this thing hits the ground.
Just Ogilvy?
Yeah, because he's the one up there by the rune right now.
That'll be a 17.
You notice that as it hits the ground and as it's cooling off, it's not what you've normally seen from quenching metal cooling off. It's got a shimmer to it. It's seems like there's something inherently different about this rune than just being a basic rune.
I climb down from the tree and I poke it with my sickle.
You don't feel the heat anymore. The tree that should have been burned away by now is physically starting to burn and crumble a little bit, but
Guys, I didn't help. I did not help. It did not help.
it's still holding for the time being.
I just immediately walk away.
Leave the rune sitting there.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
I don't understand how runes work. I do understand how my warhammer and my mace work, and I want those back.
I'll go pick up the rune.
No, don't. It starts fires.
It is, as you approach it, you again see this shimmer. You expect it to be a hell of a lot hotter than it is. It's essentially cool to the touch. It does weigh 20 pounds. It's got heft to it. And if you carry it away from the tree, which I'm assuming you're going to do,
Yeah, I suppose.
As you get 20 feet away, the tree just goes up in flame and starts to collapse.
Okay, I feel like that was going to happen anyway, so I'm not really too broken up about the tree being on fire.
Yeah.
But if you would want to, I'll have to make an item for it, but you can put a giant runestone into your inventory for now.
I'll put it in my notes.
Okay. That is all said and done. And at the tail end of this day, you guys come up to a road sign. Let me get to that I need to be. So you come to a road sign that has a 3 different directions on it. There's one to the north that says Waterdeep, one to the south that says Daggerford, and one pointing to the east that says Nightstone.
Oh, cool. Cool. I think we're supposed to go to Nightstone.
That is what the guard said.
Can you even read?
It takes a while. See that one? It is not I.
Yeah, no, I can read.
Right.
That's fine. I can read. I don't need you to help me. I'm just asking if you can.
Well, then why would you ask the question?
Just surprised is all.
I assume literacy is not that common, right?
Well, then why would they put the signs up? Oh, only smart people know where they're going. Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Rude.
I'm turning left to Nightstone.
Go to Nightstone.
Well,
With
at this
this
point, it is late in the
runestone.
day, and you figure from y'all's memory and talking to people on the road, it's probably another 10 to 20 miles up that road till you hit Nightstone, and it is getting dark. Like dark, dark.
Um,
So time to make camp.
that's an option. I'm gonna pick up a rock and cast light.
That is so cool. Do it
So,
again.
We could keep going with this light.
Do it again.
How many times can you do that?
As often as I need to.
Do it again.
And I pick up another rock and cast light.
Oh,
Can you cast light on this?
I-
As I'm
I-
still carrying this big runestone.
Can try.
Well, I figure we should all get lights.
Why
If you want
don't
to
I
keep moving
get
in the
you-
dark, everyone needs to see, not just one person.
I toss the second stone to Danvers and pick up 2 more. Light
It's
them
just
up
gonna
for
hit
Ogilvy
me.
and Bearfane.
I'm carrying this giant 20-pound rock.
did you see what he just did?
I'm carrying this for you, by the way.
Barfang, did you see what he can do?
fair warning, you guys can continue to push, but for every hour you will be risking exhaustion.
That's okay.
Would-
Did you see this? TM, did you see this?
Yeah.
I am. Do you want to continue? It is late.
I think we could probably push a little bit further.
Maybe do like an hour.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, we could get off the high road, sure, but
Can you
I'm
cast
not
light
too much
on
more.
this big rock so that I can have a light?
So he just tossed you a lighted rock.
You couldn't catch it.
Oh,
I'm carrying the runestone. It is very
I-
large.
I will pick up the rock I threw at him and set it on top of the big rock.
Oh, now you're making them juggle.
I trust him to do it.
So you guys are gonna push forward for another hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
21.
Hey, 17.
Oh, that's bad.
7.
6.
All right. Danvers and Bearfane both suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Whoops.
This stone is very heavy.
This stone
Kaz,
is
Augie,
super cool.
you're feeling a little worn down, but it's not bad. You're seeing the other two members of your party, they're starting to drag ass.
No, I'm not dragging ass anymore. As soon as exhaustion hit, I stopped. I'm setting up whatever camp I need. You guys can join me if you want.
I-
Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
I think that makes our decision easy.
Can
And
you? How long does a stone stay all pretty?
That's a good question.
as y'all are making camp,
An
you
hour.
find
An hour.
Oh, at the end of that hour, I just go, oh.
y'all find a nice little, spot off the side of the road that's, relatively cleared, relatively flat. Looks like it's a fairly common camping spot that you are all able to make camp for the evening. And on that note, we shall take a break.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Be back at 4:17.
Okay.
Cool.
Is he like having a problem? Do I need to take him? What's going on?
I'm running D&D, guys.
How's it feel to be back in the seat?
Oh, pain in the ass. As per usual. But in a good way.
Yeah.
Page and a half of notes takes 2 hours.
Boys.
Boy.
Are we having fun yet?
Yes.
Good, then I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah.
something right.
Mm-hmm.
Do, do, do.
Bless you.
Thank you. Well, it's about that time.
Tis.
But we're
Cards.
still short 2 people.
Oh boy.
Oh, I heard Jay.
Yep. And he rolled away.
Come on,
I see
Tars.
his shoulder. He's there.
I see his shoulder.
May the evil go.
We'll start playing again eventually.
Now we just need Jay.
Yep.
Donde está Jay Claus?
I don't know where he went. He had a full 10 minutes to do it.
Oh,
I don't know if he went anywhere. He was sitting there.
I know, and he had his headset on.
maybe he suddenly at the 10th minute had to take a dump.
Well, that'll be a little while then.
You never know.
There he is.
Ah,
But we lost Dan.
he's probably nearby.
It's my turn to leave next as someone appears, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, neck cramp. Oh. Okay, we got everybody.
Alrighty. Damn it, I keep doing that. I keep blocking my phone.
Just a reminder, everybody, I got a hard out time at 6 p.m.
Okay.
That works for me, because wife wants to do shit.
I have a 7 p.m., so.
Alrighty. So, where we once left you all off at was camping on the side of the road leading to Nightstone after a adventure in the dark with glowing rocks into exhaustion, which led to you guys finding a relatively decent camping spot. Once again, the rain kicks up again throughout the evening, and there's semi-decent storms throughout the night, the occasional clash of thunder and lightning and lighting up the sky. But for the most part, with your gear, you are able to find some semblance of rest through the evening. But you are
Uh,
awoken.
I was gonna ask Case if you can teach me how to do that cool light up rocks thing.
Sure, I can try.
All right, cool.
It may take some time, and I can't promise you have an inclination for this.
I touch the rock in my hand. What happens?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I touch it again.
We'll work on it later.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, as morning begins to reach you, the rain is still continuing. Off in the distance, you just hear boom, boom, boom. It seems to be coming from the direction of Nightstone, and just continually boom, boom, boom.
Does it sound like lightning? I mean, thunder? That's the one that makes
Uh,
noises.
Danvers, I was just assuming that one was you.
It sounds like something very heavy making a very heavy impact.
Yeah, Danvers.
Um,
Well, not being ones to avoid danger, let's get going.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. That's us. We do that.
this is while we're sleeping?
Yes, it's loud enough that it wakes you up.
mm,
Wait, excuse me. What I learned to make the lighty rocky thing. Um, can you do it this time so we can go see what that's all about?
I think we would like to not be seen.
Oh, why?
There is something that big to make that sound.
It doesn't appear to be getting any closer though, right?
No, it doesn't. It just seems like it's a good ways off. If you've ever watched any war videos where you get to hear cannons being fired off in the distance, where it's that kind of thud, that's what it sounds like.
Mm.
Lifting my head, just any chance I would see anything. I know it's dark and I don't have dark vision, but
Well, it's basically dawn now.
okay.
So there's enough light that you can see. You found a little flat spot. You don't really see anything. There's still fairly dense cloud cover. There's nothing in your immediate vicinity that really seems to be showing up.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna go back to bed. I don't see anything.
Um,
I pretend to go back to bed.
yeah, I mean, I know that Nightstone's still a ways off, and while it's unfortunate, I don't think I can make it there and be of help to anyone.
Did, did we receive the benefits of a long rest yet?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You
Oh,
got your full night's sleep.
if
I
that's
will.
the case,
I will begin my day.
Okay.
To over have an HP again.
You all do your respective morning rituals, get, up and moving, get breakfast made. The thudding has stopped relatively quickly. And really, after the weird abrupt awakening, it seems like a relatively decent day, and other than the rain that is continuing. But you make your way off to towards Nightstone. After about an hour and a half, 2 hours, the rain begins to subside and clears up, and the sun comes out. And other than being a little humid and muggy, it's turned into a rather pleasant day. Then,
are the cannons still going off?
no, you haven't heard the cannons since they abruptly woke you up in the morning.
Cool.
Then, about 2 hours after that, you come across the outskirts of Nightstone. So, after following the trail for a number of miles, you hear the ringing of a bell. The sound grows louder as Nightstone comes into view. A river flows around the settlement, forming a moat. The village itself is contained within a wooden palisade, beyond which you see a windmill, a tall steeple, and the high-pitched rooftops of several other buildings. Apart from the ringing of the bell, you detect no other activity in the village. The trail ends before a lower drawbridge that spans the moat. Beyond the drawbridge, 2 stone watchtowers flank an open gap in the palisade. South of the village and surrounded by the river moat is a cone-shaped, flat-topped hill on which stands a stone keep enclosed by a wooden wall. The keep, which overlooks the village, has partially collapsed. A wooden bridge that once connected the keep to the village has also partially collapsed. And let me move you guys to where you need to be. Scrolly. Now, mind you, this map is gonna be scaled a little bit differently,
Okay.
so be prepared to be a little disoriented for a moment.
Okay.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. And voila! So, let me know when it loads in.
And
I am here.
You guys are currently right there.
And
I'm sorry, right where?
west side.
West side.
Okay, I see us now.
To the tradeway?
Mm-hmm.
So the
Oh,
small
I see.
squares are 5 feet and the big squares are 10 feet? Or, oh, no, that's the hill up to the,
Yeah.
I got it, up to the windmill.
1 square equals 10 feet.
Okay.
So I just made you guys a reasonable size on there, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
And that is
Awesome.
the big squares are the 10 feet and the subdivisions are 5 feet.
Okay.
So if you look here in the water, it gives you a good identifier of big square versus little square.
Okay.
Yep.
So position yourselves however you wish to be on said road.
I'll be in the back because I'm carrying the big ass stone.
All right. So you have come upon Nightstone. And is there anything that has spiked your interest right now, or would you like me to continue?
This bridge is still here?
Yes, that bridge is still there.
Okay.
Ogilvy, you
aside
said you know
from
where to find Mork.
Yeah, in the town.
Okay.
I usually just shout out, "Where is Mork?" And then someone points to where he is. It's usually the same spot, but sometimes he moves around. He's got legs.
Okay. Why don't you take us to the last spot you saw Mork?
other than
DM,
the
where is his inn?
It is in Nightstone.
Oh, well then, thank you. Let's just keep on walking forward, everyone.
Do we really want him in front?
Do you really want to be in front?
Feel like we might fare better.
I mean, I don't see it going particularly good or bad, but he's at least a face people know here, maybe.
A fair point.
All right. As you all approach the drawbridge, may I get whoever wants to make a perception check for me?
That will be a 7.
12.
6.
13, I think.
All right.
Oh, sorry, 11.
So, Kaz, you're the one with the 12, correct?
Yes.
All right. You make note of, as you all are approaching this bridge, that there are muddy tracks coming from outside in this field area here towards the drawbridge and going across it. With that, can you also make a survival check for me?
Just case.
Yes, unless he
Okay.
points out the tracks to the rest of you.
10.
Okay. Are you going to point the tracks out to anyone or not?
I want to see if I know what they are first.
With that, you do not. You just know that they look small, humanoid, possibly a child.
Then I'll say that's some sort of small thing. Do you see these mud tracks?
Oh.
I rolled a 16 for survival.
22.
Oh, that's not going to be good at all.
It's kind of weird to break my habit of writing down when I got a skill check accomplished.
What'd you get, Dan?
A 5.
Okay. So, out of everyone, Argleave is the first one to come to the realization that, based off of how far into the soil they're depressed, the shape of the foot, the fact that it doesn't look like it's a shoe, these are goblin tracks, and not a small quantity of goblins. And there are also what appear to be two very large sets of very large dog prints.
Excuse me, everyone, but I would recommend having your bashy things at the ready. We've got gobbykins in the city.
Sorry,
Gobekins?
there's what?
There's gobbykins.
I don't know these.
When you see them, you smash them because they're gobbykins.
Are you trying to say goblin?
No, I thought I succeeded at saying gobbykins.
Okay, I go over to this tree over here, and I put the runestone like under it.
Can you make a strength check for me, please?
9.
You set it down rather roughly. It gouges into the tree a little bit, and the tree starts to smolder.
What? What is this thing? How have I been carrying it for so long without any problem?
It gouged
Because
into the tree.
yeah, it is not inserted into you. You are carrying it. Now it is inserted partially into the tree.
Oh God.
Do we notice the smoldering?
Make a perception check.
Oop. Roll it on the table, Scott. Ooh, 5.
Oh, that's a good one for me. 22.
Remembering what it felt like to be close to it, I want to try to move it, like kick it off to the side. But it sounds like Bear saw what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I make a motion towards helping him pull it away from the tree because I know that would stop the action.
Hmm.
And then
Fair
if he
game.
does kick it to the side, I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, you make note of it that it's smoldering. It's not burning at all. It's just kind of like the semblance of coals when they're still hot. You know, just that little bit of smolder, not a lot of heat, not a lot of smoke. Just, the fire is pretty much dead at that point. It's just doing that. It's not like the tree instantly ignited into flames. It's not like it was going to ignite into flame in the next fucking 48 hours. It was just a little toasty in that one spot. But it just falls over on the ground and nothing happens.
With Fairfane having pointed that out, when I go over, I want to cast frostbite on the tree where it's smoldering, and then just press my hand against it, the tree, and just say, "I'm sorry, we did not mean this." So I can talk.
Uh,
Oh, and everyone's questioning me for saying Gobekins, but he's talking to trees.
Thanks to the humidity in the air, you get a nice little Elsa snow effect with your frostbite.
Okay, first off, that is also cool. He needs to teach me how to do that. Like, don't let me forget that.
All right.
So I look at Danvers and I suggest that we might want to be a little more gentle, and if he wants, I can help him try to be more gentle with it. We'll set it in setting it back up against the tree. I assume that's what we still want to do.
I just want it tucked out of the way if we're going to be fighting
Right.
goblins.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bash a goblin
Gobekins.
with a rune stone.
I'm not trying to use my shield, my flail, and the stone.
We should.
Understood.
I would just settle on you using one of them.
And I,
we-
of course, appreciate your assistance, Bearfane, but honestly, this is Kaz's freaking stone. I don't know why I'm still carrying it.
Fair point.
we should keep it covered.
So can we go say to the Gobekins right now?
All right,
Um,
Kaz. Since you and the tree are buddies now, do you want to set the rune up against it and try to hide it?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to gather grass and leaves and throw it over it.
Okay. Since it's
I
not being
have.
pressed into anything, you can do that rather readily.
Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say I have some fine clothes that I was thinking about just like kind of tossing over it, but I think those would draw more attention to it than a stone at the bottom of the tree.
Oh my God,
Because
there's a
because they
naked
are
guy without
fine,
it.
and I don't know where I got them, but I have them.
There's a naked rich man running around.
And he left his stone here too.
That's one hell of a kidney stone.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway,
I
so
also
yeah,
have
I put
fine
down the
clothes.
stone. I put down the stone, and I pull off my shield and my flail, and I'm ready to fight Gobbykins.
All right then. That's the kind of words I want to hear come from your mouth.
I'm not
So-
calling them gobbykins.
Bear, stop.
As you
Go lay down.
approach, you see that this
Go lay down.
drawbridge is still in very good working condition.
Great.
The muddy footprints continue across it. You notice that there are two heavy chains anchored to the end of the drawbridge and to each watchtower on the north and south sides. They seem to go through the parapet of these towers and
Mhm.
disappear inside.
Does there seem to be anybody manning the towers?
No,
Parapets? Okay.
these seem oddly empty. Other than the bell ringing, this town seems strangely quiet.
As I look to my right, south of the map, my right, I don't remember this big rock being here before, do I?
No, you do not. And that rock is 5, 6, 7 foot in diameter, and it's buried about halfway in the ground in a hole. Not like, it was gently placed here. It looks like it hit hard.
Guys, if they're trying to turn this into a Zen garden, they really missed the mark.
All right. So, as you all survey the town, you make note that there are numerous stones in front of you. May I get you all to make a perception check for me?
11.
14.
6.
Dirty 20.
All right. Danvers, from this distance, surprisingly enough, you make note of this in hearing initially, and it draws your attention over to this area. And you see two wargs fighting over some kind of meat. You're not exactly sure from this distance, but they are definitely over there, and they are definitely a little irritated at each other.
Okay.
And looking over this square, you all see that there it is muddy from the rain. There's an unusual hole in the middle of it that you can't really make much note of right now exactly what it was. If any of you would like to make a history check right now about what that hole was, I can help you there.
11.
That should be a good one. 18.
I got a 15.
Hold on. Well, that means that Bearfane is the one who figures this out, and he remembers initially that there was a stone here that is the cause of Nightstone to have its name. It is a dark obsidian-like stone, almost quartz in nature, where it has the transparency in the veins through it. It has shimmers of magic across it, and it is a stone that nobody has really ever been able to discern its purpose or meaning of. But as you continue to look over the central courtyard here, you see empty wooden carts, a couple tethering posts planted firmly in the ground here and there, and you see a couple signs posted above various buildings. But if you give me a minute, I'll be able to get right back to this.
Okay.
Okay. Scott, what's the sponsor for this week's episode?
This week's episode is brought to you by. I don't have.
Boise State University.
Boise State University. Want to go to college in Idaho, but don't want to go to a town called Moscow? Boise State University.
Do you want to play football, but you can't tell where the field ends and your uniform begins? Boise State University.
Boise State University. Are you red-green colorblind and you'd like to know what color the field is? Ours is blue.
I do. So I guess I'll apply today. We got another ad. Corey, what's our secondary sponsor of the day?
Our secondary sponsor is Toast. Put bread in the slot. You push down the lever, and the wires get hot. Make toast.
So wait, is it the toast or the toaster that's our secondary sponsor?
Toast.
It's the National Board of Toast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we have to have education on toasters in order to qualify as an educational program.
But we are a toastercational program.
Mm-hmm. And just to remind you kids, don't lick the toaster while it's running. The
Wait.
more you know.
Wait until immediately after.
The more we do harm.
So, do you guys have any questions right now? I'm still a little preoccupied, but I should be able to answer some of them.
I just want to point out the wargs to the. Jesus, I'm sorry. I just wanted to point the wargs out to the group if they hadn't noticed them yet.
No, they had not.
And
About
who did you say was the one that noticed the missing stone?
You did. You had
Oh,
actually
okay.
been contacted at one point about whether or not you could identify this rock.
that
It's a
answer.
weird bygone thing that nobody knows jack shit about.
I just want to mention to the party, gentlemen, the very thing that this town is named for is gone.
Uh,
That does not bode well.
I can't help but
Oh.
notice it's surrounded by water. Is it gonna like sink underwater or something now?
Guess
Well,
is as good as mine on that.
there's a whole bunch of new stones to replace it. Is one is equally good?
Sure, Ogilvy. Why don't you go ahead and make a new stone statue using the ones that have been so graciously provided for us by whomever.
Okay. I start to try to pick up the stone to my right.
Make a strength check.
9.
You strain and you strain and you strain, and it doesn't
And
work.
I walk over and I pick up Ogilvy's left nut because he just popped it out.
You push it back in for him.
Now I'm going to throw it in the water.
Give it to
Hey,
the ward.
I was gonna use that.
God, I'm doing the world a favor right now.
Was that an insult?
No. Keep trying to pick the stone up.
Okay,
Doing great.
I go back to picking up the stone.
All right, I'll be back again in a minute.
okay.
Just wait, Dan. At the end of a long rest, I'll get that nut back. Once again, our sponsor today is Boise State University. Boise State. They have no idea we're saying this.
Boise State. Apparently, it's pronounced Boise.
Boise State. The 51st one.
Fun fact: Boise is not a state.
It's not? Is it a state of
Not-
being?
Sure.
All right, I'm back.
Woohoo!
Hooray!
Orcs have been identified. The random missing stone over there has been identified. And random rocks everywhere. What would you gentlemen like to do?
I declared I was going to try picking up the stone again.
Strength check.
That would be a 21, I believe. Let me scroll up to make sure it's only a +3. It is only a +3.
All right. You swear it moved a little that time.
Did you see that? I can move this one. Just give me enough time.
No, I think we should keep moving.
I let go of the stone.
All right. What direction are you gentlemen going to be moving?
I think we follow the big road, right? Out to the middle. Unless we want to avoid the whatever those things are.
They have been pointed out to you.
Yes.
I think that if we're here looking for Mork, this town appears to have a brand new goblin problem. Maybe we should help them take care of it.
If you were a goblin, where would you be?
If I were a gobblekin and I thought I had superior numbers, I would try to swarm them with my superior numbers. So if we get into the middle and allow ourselves to be surrounded, we can attract a bunch of gobblikins. Or if we take them on and we have the superior numbers, they're more likely to run away in heights.
That was surprisingly
Thank you, Beth.
insightful. We should go around.
There's one thing I know how to do really, really, really well, and it's smash copykins.
I see.
Well, since we don't currently see any of them, if we engage the creatures, what were they again?
They're wargs. I do believe they're commonly used as mounts for goblins.
If we
Are they
engage them, will it draw gobbykins? Will it draw them out?
I would say so.
are wargs dangerous?
No more dangerous than imagine like a tiger, but with somebody riding it who can potentially stab you.
Right. So it's not like horse.
You see that piece of meat that they're fighting over? It's as likely to be a piece of livestock as it is to be a member of this village.
I would recommend you stay away from its mouth. Lots of long, hard thought for that one.
All right, so sneak around, look for Mork, or we just start
Attacking.
clobbering time now, whichever way you want to go.
I heard clobber in time.
I say we clobber.
I suppose we must follow.
Yep. Tall one.
Yes.
Can I smash?
Why are you asking my permission?
Usually when I go into fights, and I get to use Sheila here, someone has to tell me I can smash. Otherwise, it's called a felony.
This seems like a situation you can smash.
All right. And I dash forward 60 feet.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Hey, I didn't get negative this time.
Hopped onto the keyboard, but it's good.
Give me a moment. Ba-ba. And- All right. And we have 25 to 20. Nobody?
Not
Bueller?
quite. Not quite.
All right. 20 to 15.
19.
19.
19 also.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm still last. I'm still last.
Kaz, what's your dex mod?
1.
So we all have to roll off for this.
Yep.
Oh.
I rolled
Roll.
a 15 on the reroll.
I rolled a 14.
10.
All right. So,
AB.
Let's go, baby.
first. It's funny, I wrote them in that order too. All right. And Corey, what'd you get?
7 this time.
Let's see what these idiots got. Okay. All right. So first to act is Ogliv.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about that one time the guy with the crossbow called me stupid, and that makes me really, really angry. I mean, just so angry. And then I'm going to rush up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I have something for this. I'm gonna take out one of my hand axes, and I'm gonna chuck it at this thing right here.
All right.
All right. And on this one, That is going to be a 11 to hit.
An 11 does not hit.
Oh, damn it. That was my favorite Handaxi. And that will be my turn.
All right. Then next up we have Kaz.
All right, I'm going to jump in front of this rock. And that should be close enough. Yes. And I'm going to frostbite the one on the left.
And saving throw it is. He got a 12.
He fails.
Yay.
Woo! Frostbite!
That is 4 cold damage. And it has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll.
Oh, it doesn't have those. All right. And then we got Bear.
All right, I'm gonna move. Then I am going to. Um, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at the closer of the two wargs.
Okay.
Oh,
Dex.
hot and cold.
It's a dex saving.
Okay.
Equals
That is a
explosion.
fail.
It equals room temperature.
Yes. I'm going to make a mental note that Barry here has to teach me how to do that.
That is maximum damage of 8.
Ooh.
He really needs to show me how to do that.
All right.
And
that-
then if I'm correct, I still have a bonus action if it's available as one.
Because that's a main
Or
action, right?
yes.
Yeah, you should still have one.
All right. As the bonus action, then I want to cast Divine Favor upon myself for my next attacks.
Very nice. All righty. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Then, hearing all of this commotion erupt, we are going to have a couple of goblins come for you guys.
You see, my military strategy wins again.
Let me make sure the moving speed. These guys are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stop there. Then we're going to have, hearing the ruckus, this guy come out. He's got to go 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to stop and shout at these two idiots down here in this field, but they won't get an action this turn. 5:30. And let's see what they can do to you guys. 80 and 320.
They're big
So
numbers.
they'd have line of sight on you.
Good thing I'm an angry boy.
Yep. So those two will take a shot at you. And yep, you're just in range. So you are the apple of their eye. The first one is going to be a 13 to hit.
13 will miss.
All right. Second one is going to be a failure. And the third one will miss as well. So goblins are useless, which means wargs are up.
I love being last. It's
And
my favorite.
that will be 5. And that'll be 5, 10, 15. So they're going to chomp on you.
They're going to try to jump on me.
That is a 16 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
All right. And that will be 13 piercing damage.
That will be reduced into 6 because I am raging.
And can you make a strength saving throw for me?
I can, but I need to make sure that with my rage, I get advantage on it.
You should.
I do get advantage on it. My higher number made that a 15.
Ooh, good for you. All right, you pass. And the second one's going to attack you. And that is going to be a 14 to hit.
Mates it, beats it.
All right. That will be 7 piercing damage. And can you make a strength saving throw? Reduced to 3.
Reduced to 3. I'm not looking too hot. That puts me at a 17.
All right, you passed. And we are at the bottom of Danvers.
Wow. Okay.
Me Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I will, I guess, dash so that I can kind of get up there. But that's all I can do.
Okay, then back
Start
at
swinging.
the top with Ogniv.
Oglaviv is going to take out Sheila and make a two-handed vertical smackdown on the Woogie head.
Which one?
The one that did the bigger chumpy bits on him.
Okay, so that would be the northern one.
Okay. So let's roll for this. How does a natural 20 sound?
Oh,
Sounds
then-
very nice.
Yep. So that was two-handed, so I get to have this little boy.
Don't botch it.
Roll well.
So here's the fun part here. With me being a half orc, I have a bonus to me called. Hold on one second. I have to.
Savage attacks or something.
Yeah. Savage attacks. When I score a critical hit, roll one of the dice an additional time and add it to extra damage. And that comes out as an 8. So it's 11 on the dice. Because it's a critical, that becomes 22 plus 5. So 27 damage, please.
Good news, everyone. It's dead.
Actually,
Well played, sir.
hold on a second. Do I double the additional reroll?
Is it a die?
It is a die, but I'm just making sure I got it right. Because it
Double
was
all dice.
all right, cool. Then 27 damage, please.
Killed it. It went splat.
Wonderful. I'm still a bit angry.
Mental note: don't mess with him.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm. Hold on. Yes, I'm done.
All right. Kaz is up.
Range of that guy. Yep, I'm gonna frostbite little short dude. I don't know
Which
why
one?
I'm rolling. The one that's still alive in the ward town.
Okay. That one.
Yep.
And con saving throw.
Yart.
That is a failure.
Huzzah! Big money. 5 cold damage.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm staying back here.
Okay. Then Betterfane.
Let's go, Barry. Do it for other Barry.
Let's move here so that I can keep an eye on both fronts attacking. And once again, go with Sacred Flame
All right.
on that other warg.
That comes out to a natural 18 plus 1, so 19.
Saves.
Okay.
That'll end my turn.
All right. Then we are on to Gobbykins. Those ones are good there. These idiots down here are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then we'll start up at the top here with Tot and Pojo. They're going to shoot at the barbarian. The first one is a math 14 to hit,
Oh, that would hit.
and that is 7 piercing damage to 3.
Reduced to 3.
The next one is a natural 20. That is 14 piercing damage. He rolled a 6 on his die.
That actually reduces me only to 1 hit point due to my half-orc skill. If there's something that would not kill me but reduce me to 0 hit points, I go down to 1 instead.
Very nice. So you're still in range, and you are, and you just barely are. So Jilk is going to keep shooting as you, seeing as you stumbled, faltered, and stood yourself back up. They don't like this, but they also know that you are weak. That is a 7, so
Miss.
that will miss. Oh, you're just in range of that one. So that one is going to take a shot at you. That is a 22 to hit.
I'm down.
Yeah, that's 6 total. And this last one is going to take a shot at Barry, because he's just in range, for a 13.
Misses.
Okay, and that ends the goblins. We are up to Danvers.
All right. Oh, okay, boy.
Level 1, guys.
I will move there, and I guess I will throw my javelin at this warg next to
Okay.
Ogilvy's unconscious body. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that is 8 piercing damage.
It is looking really rough.
Okie dokie.
We are back at the top with Ogilvy's, so if you could make a death saving throw for me, please.
19.
Very nice.
Very good.
Move on to Kaz.
Okay, I'm going to step forward a little bit to get an angle. So that I'm clear here. So then I'm going to cast Sleep at that point there.
Okay.
Try to knock out those little guys. So I'm going to roll my d8s.
5d8.
17, 13. 13 plus 13 is 26.
Very nice.
So 26 hit points of creatures. So whoever's lowest, it'll go around the 3.
Good news for all of them. If no, it won't let me do all of them at once. Unconscious, unconscious, and unconscious.
Yes.
All right, so we know that together the three of them have 26 hit points or less.
Yes. Okay, that is my turn.
Sleeper takes damage or someone. That's actually very useful.
Oh, yeah.
One of the
All
best
right.
level 1 spells.
Leave it to Scott
Then
to find the crazy things to do that none of our wizards have done before.
Bear is up.
All right. I go over to my downed companion Ogilvy and I cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
Good to know somebody has that.
Very good to know that.
You're only doing that because I one-hit a warg.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, that's pretty much that's all my options at this point in time. So I'll just stay here and see if I can't keep that remaining warg off of him.
Well, that remaining warg has seen you become friends with it, and you are the immediate threat to it, so it's going to make a bite attack at you. That is a 12.
It's not going to hit Dan's 43 AC.
Come on.
It's only 42,
Yeah. Please, let's not exaggerate.
so I'm assuming that one missed.
Oh, yes.
By
Okay.
30.
Seeing how this is going, 3 of their compatriots are down. Warg is dead. Toot and Pojo.
Tell me you named all of them.
I think they all are named. Are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to break line of sight. So they're going to go back to that layer, since you guys don't see them at the moment. Then go there, and... Okay. That ends their go, which puts us at Danvers.
Okay. That warg is still standing, right?
Correct.
Okay. I need to take care of that before I do anything else. So I'm gonna step there, which puts me in melee range, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm gonna swing at it with my flail. That's gonna be a 25 to hit.
That'll hit. No need to roll damage because you kill it.
All right, it's another 8. So that was 15 feet of movement, and I'm going to move back to here, and I'm going to get ready to do something next turn, but I can't do it right now because it's an action.
All right. Which puts us at the top of Ogilvy, who is unconscious.
So basically, I just need
Bear,
to
lay down.
roll to see when,
Go lay down.
if I can revive. Because if I can't, like, failures don't matter. It just I need to roll a natural 20 to get 1 hit point.
Yes.
That was an 8.
Okay. You're still nappy time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kaz is up.
I'm going to run over to these guys. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35. I can't run that far. I can only go 30. And I don't have any rope. So I'm going to ready. I'm going to ready frostbite. So anything in 60 feet, I'm going to ice it up.
Okay. Sleep isn't even a concentration spell. That's pretty badass.
It's pretty great, yeah.
All right.
It's just that if he rolls low on his d8s.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Later.
Bear is up.
All right. Going to use my last spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on Mr. Ogilvy.
Oh, you didn't need to do that.
That it gives him 4. Unfortunately, I rolled the lowest, but it gives him 4 hit points back,
All right.
and that ends my turn. I only have to roll for concentration if I take damage, right?
Yes. Or if you cast another concentration spell, you have to decide which one you're going to keep.
No, it is Cure Wounds is not a concentration spell.
Then you're good.
All right, ends my
All right.
turn.
That puts us into Gobbykins. So they're going to... And... What's everybody's passive perception?
0, I'm unconscious.
You have 4 HP now.
Oh, okay.
13.
Same.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Then they're going to hold with what they're doing because it doesn't affect you guys right now. Then we are back down to Danvers.
Okay. Um, I am going to now that Ogilvy is back up, I'm going to go to where I saw those goblins at before. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I see them at
Make
all?
a perception check.
Okay. Uh, barely see the end of my snout. 5.
No, you do not.
Do you see the end of your snout?
Is there
Barely.
anything else you would like to do?
Oh,
I would like to. Yeah, I would like to dash. I'm gonna go 30 more feet.
Okay.
30. Okay. Do I see them now?
Not with that 5.
Sweet. I'm done.
All right. Back at the top with Ogilvy.
um, I look up to Barry here, and I just ask him, "Did we win?"
I respond by saying, "No, keep fighting."
Oh, okay. So I'll spend half of my move speed getting up, and then can you tell me the approximate area that my hand axes went? Because I threw and I missed the warg.
Are you asking me or the DM?
I'm asking the god of the game, Mr. God person. I threw
Yes.
my hand axes a couple rounds prior and
Yeah, it
missed.
ended up over here.
I don't see anything.
Oh, I'm on the GM layer. My bad.
You
It
can
was over
ping
here.
the GM layer.
Or, so if that's the case, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15 and pick up my hand axes because that's all the movement I would have for this turn.
Good deal.
And then with my bonus actions, I will burn my other. Like I'll remember falling unconscious and I did not like that. I was not a fan of that. That makes me angry. And that's my turn.
Okay. Kaz is up.
Um, I am going to call out rope. I don't know what else to do.
Is he having a stroke?
Yeah, you guys don't know what I did.
To be honest, I don't know if I have any either.
I'm going to take a step forward and I'm going to see if this guy has rope on him.
All right. Which one is that? Let me see. Du-du-du-du-du. So, in rummaging through his pockets, you find
And I'm careful not to wake him.
glass bottles, lamps, ink jars, spice jars, and crockery in his pockets and backpack.
This guy a cook.
Pretty much, he has a full nighttime cooking kit with him. That is hodgepodge and mixed up bits and bobs, and yeah, it's fucking weird.
Mhm.
You
And
figure it's probably worth about 6 gold pieces altogether.
but that would be my turn then in investigating him.
Okay. Then Bear.
Um, hoping that Og goes with Danvers, I'm going to head towards Kaz and give him a hand when these guys wake up,
All right.
if and when.
Okay, then these guys.
And you know what? If that's my only action, can I dash?
Yeah.
Thank you.
they'll stop right there. Oop. Okay. Oh, oh crap. Right, goblins are done. We're off to Danvers. Danny boy.
I'm sorry. It's surprising me that when my turn comes finally. I'm gonna keep pursuing the goblins. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna go straight so I can try to get as best a viewpoint as I can of the area. Do I spot any goblins?
No, you do not.
Okay. How far did I move? 20 feet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'll go 10 feet. So I'm gonna go 5, 10. I'm gonna go that way. Can I tell like what the state of like this part of the house is from where I am? It looks like the corner's
Yes,
been smashed open and it's open to the exterior.
yes, you definitely can. So
Okay.
looking at that, you would see a giant's rock has punched through the roof and landed in that part of the building. You see a destroyed dining room table, a pair of long benches, the remains of a bed and a wardrobe somehow in the shattered furnishings of the dining room. Two small round tables and several chairs remain intact.
Must be a good mattress. Does it look like does it look like the goblins could have gone into that building?
Yes, it definitely seems like that hole is large enough for the goblins to go in there. If you want to try and identify tracks from them, you can use survival.
I will, yeah, because I'm pretty sure they've come this way. I have a feeling they've gone into the house. So I'm, yeah, gonna try to find some goblin tracks. So survival check, you said?
Yes.
All right. That is a 13.
You meets it beats it. You
Yes.
see goblins tracks, they go this direction and then this direction.
I think you might be in the GM layer again.
I am again. You should be able to see this, but they basically go this way
Okay.
and then this way.
Okay. So it doesn't look like they went into the house then.
No.
Okay. Um, I shout out, um, they're tr they're trying to make an end around,
Okay.
and I hope that someone heard it and understands what the fuck I meant. But
Make a
it's a free
performance
action,
check for
so I
me.
can't do a lot.
Yeah, but make a performance check for me to see how loud you were.
Okay. Good thing I'm a paladin and performance is charisma based. That is going to be a 19.
All right.
Almost like thaumaturgy.
Yep. So we are up to Ogliv, and you heard shouting coming from Danvers is about them trying to make a roundabout for it.
I don't even know what an end around is, but I do see sleeping gobbykins. So I pull out the hand axe I just picked up, and I would like to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And let me do some measurings. Snap to center. So that one is in range. That one is in range. They're all in range. They're just all at disadvantages. No matter. I throw my hand axes at this one right here.
All right, make an attack roll. With disadvantage because he is asleep on the ground, prone.
So
With
I
double disadvantage, yeah, so just disadvantage in general.
already it. So that was going to be a 13.
All right, that misses.
Ah, nuts. But I keep my rage. That's at the end of my turn.
All right.
Oh, that. Okay. Gotcha.
So we're up to Kaz.
I'm moving on to the next one. 10, 15. I want to check out him for rope.
All right. Let me see what we got.
So you're checking them for rope to tie them up with.
Yes, because I don't have any.
All right.
Well,
So
if I knew I could one shot them, I would just smash their heads, but I can't do that. I can't guarantee I can do that.
So, looking upon these goblins a little closer, you notice that they have pumpkins jammed on their heads. This one named Flick specifically. They have eyes and a mouth hole cut in them. They were essentially being idiots. Let's see here. Upon searching the pockets, you find a tinderbox, a smoking pipe, a stuffed teddy bear, and a boxed set of 3 dragon anti-cards.
Knock it off. Go lay
Tinderbox,
down.
smoking pipe.
Go lay down. Go on.
It's a dragon
lay down.
ante.
Yep, 3 dragon anti-cards and a teddy bear.
Cool. Doesn't help me, but cool.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'll just take the movement to the next one.
All right,
So that's the last of my movement.
and bear is up.
All right, I move to this first one, and not exactly sure what Kaz is doing. All I see is a goblin in front of me, so I will attempt to melee it.
All right, with advantage.
Wow, that sucked. What is my attack again?
Thank you.
13 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. At this point in time, I would like to take advantage of my War Priest feat and make an extra, make a bonus attack.
Okay.
That one's definitely going to hit. 21.
That hits.
Oh. Dude, where's inspiration when I need it? That gives him a total of 3 bludgeoning damage. I totally missed on that one.
All right. Then that is enough to rouse him, though.
Yep, I figured.
All right. So you are done, which brings us to Goblin Kind. So this one we'll go with first, being startled awake by getting bludgeoned. We'll use half his movement to stand up. Then he will, as a bonus action, take disengage. And he will go 5, 10, 15. And then he will take his main action to attack the dwarf. I don't think a 13 will hit.
Will not.
All right, let's see how these guys do. All right, so they remain the way they are. And so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, and that ends Goblin's turns. We are back at the top with Ogilvy.
Did we skip Danvers?
Yeah, I thought I go
Oh, yes,
after
we
the
did.
goblins.
Yep.
The one
got out
time
of
I'm
order, my
paying
bad.
attention. Okay, so I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I see the goblins yet? I know their tracks went off this towards the
Make a
south.
perception check.
Okay. 9.
Oh, you do not.
Okay.
But you still have a bead on their tracks heading that way.
30. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of start running along the fence. What is this? Is this a graveyard?
That would be correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna hop the fence to a graveyard. It's just disrespectful.
No one's in that much of a hurry to get in there.
Some people might be in that big of a hurry to get out, though.
I still don't see him though.
No.
No. Okay. All right, that'll do it for me. Just been dashing around in circles.
All right, then we're back to Ogie.
I saw something. Get up and move. So I'm going to grab Sheila and go 5, 10, 15, 20, and I go blah, blah, blah. How does a 17 fare?
That hits.
This one was two-handed as always. And that one would end up doing 9. 4 on the dice plus 5.
Curse splat.
And I sit there and like, that's all, shoot that arrows at me.
All right, Kaz is up.
Let's see if this guy has anything helpful on him.
All right, let's see what Blick has.
Does anyone else feel a little weird that we're murdering named goblins?
You find
I have not had a thought about that at all.
in his pockets, slightly sweaty, 4
Ew.
copper pieces and 3 silver pieces.
Pocket those.
Why does he have
Four
sweaty
And that's
money?
all.
4 copper, 3 silver.
Yep.
Cool. Ah. Okay.
Anything else you would like to do?
No, I mean that's my action, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Go
I'm
rummage through 'em? Yeah.
I'm gonna stay right there.
All right. Then Bear.
All right, seeing as Ogilvy dispatched the one that I had started on, I'll take the assist again. Thank you. It's what I specialize
welcome.
in. Stroll over to this one here. I don't think I removed my. Oop, that was bad. I'm keeping track of my rounds for my divine favor. Anyway, so this other one here that's sleeping, I will try to melee attack him as well.
Advantage.
That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Maximum damage, 10. I do believe I get +2 on that. Yes, 10 bludgeoning.
Goblin. Right.
Sweet.
Now we are up to.
Well, I got a question about my War Priest action. It does give me the bonus, but it doesn't say anything about being able to use movement in between. I did not use all of my movement.
Well, you would still be. It's default that you can move, attack, and then move again.
Okay, so
And
as
then
long
if
as
you-
he's still within range, I can use the War Priest attack action again.
Yeah, because your first action was your main attack, and then War Priest allows you a bonus action attack. Correct?
Yes, if I use a melee attack for my for my main action, yes.
Here you go then.
Okay. Move here next to Kaz, and I say, "Excuse me," and I try to wail on a guy with my hammer.
Ew.
19 to hit again,
That hits.
and he's got 5 bludgeoning.
All right. He is not dead, but he is definitely conscious.
Okay, that ends my turn.
Okay. And that in turn makes it Gobbykin. So he is going to bonus action disengage. And go. 5. Let's go this way. 5, 10, 15.
And I look over at Kaz as the goblin runs away, and I say, I kind of shrug, and I go, "Well, it worked one time."
And then he's going to use his main action to dash an additional 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And that ends his turn. It's Danvers.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Do I see the goblins?
Where are you at?
Just
From
at the
there?
end of the graveyard.
Make a perception check.
7?
No.
Are you wearing a helmet, Danvers?
No.
He's wearing blinders. Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I dashed to there,
All right.
and that's
You
it.
still don't see them based off of what they've been doing. All right.
Are they under an
Ogliv.
invisibility cloak?
No,
No,
they've just been rolling really well.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which once again makes me roll with disadvantage, but I'd like to use the second of my hand axes. And I'm going to throw it right at the Gabikin. My lower roll was an 11, which turns into a 16.
That hits.
Alright, 18. That ends up being 10. 5 on the dice, plus another 5 because I'm raging. Actually, hold on. I need to make sure that's melee. Like, is that just strength weapons or melee only?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
No, it is 8 because the +2 is only for strength weapons in melee.
Ah. Well, either way, you only had 2 HP left, and he is currently deceased.
Mm-hmm. New characters trying to learn the rules.
Yeah, pretty much. So that effectively brings us out of combat for the time being. So you are free to roam, search, collect each other, discuss, do any kinds of actions you so choose.
I take back my hand axes.
Well, luckily you're standing next to one that has one in him, or near him.
Does anyone have rope?
Nope. Sorry.
At this point, my rage has ended because I've gone 6 seconds on attacking something.
I
Oh! I have rope.
Good to know. We
I
could have
run
made this
out.
less bloody.
I run out to the tree to see if the runestone is still there.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
For a giant stone.
This is for something else.
17.
The tree's on
Okay.
fire.
Your giant runestone is there, but you do notice on the way across the bridge and towards your runestone that there are 2 sets of tiny little footprints that run up to the stone, walk around it real fast, and then continue to run off to the west.
Okay.
Because it looks like they may have tried to pick it up, realized it's too heavy, not worth it, and ran.
Okay.
That's what he was rolling for.
Yes. They
Okay.
kept running and hiding.
Right. All right. I then at that point, having noticed that the stone is safe, I go to the warg that my javelin is in, and I get my javelin back.
No problem. Just moving
Hey.
forward, we will operate under the assumption if it's ammo, thrown, whatever, you recover it when you're done.
Cool. I was just about to ask that.
I gotta piss real fast, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Man, that was. There's a small, like all of it that I don't remember. How did that end up?
Will you sort of murdered sleeping goblins?
What's a goblin?
What?
Oh, the Gobblekin?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
different regions they go by different names, or the locals call them different things. Let's just put it out on the table that gobby kids and goblins, same thing.
Okay.
But, and this may get confusing, if you put hob in front of goblin, totally different creature.
So hobgobbykins? Not the same
Hobgobbykins
as.
are very different than gobbykins and goblins.
Okay. So hobbygobbies is the same as hobgobbykins.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're
All
not the
right.
same as gobbykins.
Right.
We're gonna
no
have to
chi-
circle back to this.
Probably.
No child left behind.
I'll
What?
maybe I'll do some drawings next time we stop someplace.
Okay. Cool. No, that was a weird sentence because I literally was a child left behind.
All right, what would you all like to do?
Scratch my head to figure out how he got inside my brain.
I want to. I
We
want to find
should-
Mork.
We should try to find Mork.
Okay.
Mork!
In your time running through here and with passive perception, you all have made note that this building up here is referred to as the Nightstone Inn.
Let's go to the Nightstone Inn.
FYI,
everybody.
the back corner of the building got smashed in by a giant boulder.
I'll race everybody faster.
I assume it has a front door, though.
Right, just letting you know. I expect there were casualties.
All right. Well, so, as you all move there, who are we missing? I got Dan, and I'll have to move you guys over somewhere.
New map, new map, new map, new
Nope,
map.
same map, just
Same map, same map.
over.
It's map do. It's map do.
Oh boy.
So you guys are over here to the east.
Oh, I see. There's buildings now.
Yes.
Ground floor. Okay.
Very much Smash.
hmm So
Dip inside. Wait, that's a window. Is that a door?
that's a door. Those
Okay.
are doors.
Cool.
Wow, you are one fast cars.
Oh, I read the wrong room to you earlier, Corey. Oh well. We'll
That's
make do.
okay.
We'll make it work. So this is the dining room that is strewn with wreckage. A giant rock has punched through the roof and landed here, destroying a dining table and a pair of long benches. What remains of a bed and wardrobe from the chamber above lie among the shattered dining room furnishings. Two smaller round tables and several chairs remain intact, and resting atop each table is an unlit oil lamp. You all do hear that there seems to be rummaging coming from the back of this structure, and underneath, or next to the boulder in the middle of this room, there is a dead goblin with a crossbow bolt sticking out of its chest.
Excuse me, Mark. Do you happen to be in here?
You hear crickets.
I'm gonna walk up to the goblin and see if he has fun stuff on him.
Okay.
Is your personal motto like leave no body unturned or something?
Or perhaps there are clues.
Oh, there is a bolt right there. It's pointing in that direction. We should go that way.
You do not make note of anything that this one is carrying. It seems like it hasn't had the chance to loot yet.
Nothing on him.
Excuse me, Mark.
You hear nothing still. All right, we're moving into 8B.
Mm-hmm.
All right, upon moving into this room, a goblin is in here, rummaging through the pantries. You see him distracted by a large pantry with a very large sack that he is jamming various food items into: cheeses, cooked meats, dried meats, spices. Looks like this pack may be a little too heavy for him, even to drag.
Where is this Gobbykin?
Sir Gobbykin, stupid layers, he is right here.
If at all possible, I would like to go 5, 10, and I'll just take my big Gobbykin grabbing hand, put it on his head, and just pick him up, turn him around, and say, "Where is Mark?"
All right, make a strength check for me.
I can do that with pleasure. How does a 15 sound?
15 sounds like as soon as you got your hand near this goblin's ears, it felt something touching it and freaked the fuck out.
So do I have his head in my hand?
You do, but barely. You
That's
feel that
good.
if you were to try and pick him up, he would slip free.
That's good enough for me. I just go, where is Mork?
I don't know. And it's going to try and break your grip. With a natural 20, it does against your 15. So, that being said, it is going to try and grab its sack and run with it. And it's going to move there with the sack, realize it can't move it, use its bonus action to disengage, and then haul ass out the door. 15.
That's
That
not
worked.
a
20.
door.
And
Any
so that's
opening
where
is
it's at right now.
So it said, oh shit, bag, go away.
Yeah, it left the bag there,
Okay. Guys,
but
he didn't know
it's
where Mork was.
running out of the house.
Um, go ahead, Scott.
How I want to go. How big is this bag of food? Like how heavy?
Well, seeing as I think goblins weigh up to what, 30 pounds?
Mhm.
I think in terms that it's probably 45 pounds. It couldn't carry it even if it wanted to.
I
Like
want.
it had a huge ass backpack that it was jamming everything into.
Can I try to sling this across my shoulder?
You
Like
can
food,
certainly try. Make a strength
food
check.
Santa Claus? That's not terrible. 12.
You have more than enough to get it up on your shoulder. Causes you to bobble your balance a little bit, but it's up there.
I am large for carrying capacity.
Oh, then you do it easily enough.
Okay.
All right. Would anybody else like to come into this kitchen hearing the screaming and running and do anything before this goblin escapes?
Nope, not me. I'm heading up to the second floor.
I am just confused as to why there was a gobblekin that didn't try to attack us and also did not know where Mark was.
All right. So heading
Let's go
upstairs.
upstairs.
I'm gonna
How about
follow
you,
Danbury.
Bear? Okay. So that means you end up there and up there. And where would you like to go?
Um, I want to go to the room in the south because I know that the
Which?
one to the north is smashed.
Okay.
I'll go to this one.
All
And
right. So
as I open the door, I call out for Mork.
entering 5E. We'll start there.
We're
This is
playing
a
5e.
vacant. Or 8E. It's 8. It is a vacant bedroom. It contains 2 beds, an empty wardrobe, a desk, and a matching chair. An oil lamp sits on one of the corners of the desk, and another rests on a small table tucked between the 2 beds. And a bearskin rug lies on the floor.
Okay, no Mork.
Mm-mm. Let me make sure. All right. I gotta roll something. So, yeah. Nope. Entering 8F. Where? So this room has had a falling rock has had a rock fall through the roof of it, and the room is in shambles. The roof is torn away, so is most of the floor, as the rock went tearing through the building before coming to rest in the dining room. It carried with it 2 beds that are destroyed, and a wardrobe as it passed through the chamber, leaving a desk and a chair tucked under the window in the northeast corner of the room unscathed.
No, no sign of anyone that might be named Mork, huh?
Um, Make an investigation check for me.
I believe that's a straight up 13. Yes.
In Perusing the room, you do notice that it looks like it may have had someone occupying it. There are remains of some equipment, lady clothing, and various other miscellaneous items, but nothing that looks like it would be a morph individual.
If there are drawers in the desk, I would like to check them anyway.
All right. In going through those, you do find a pouch that contains 8 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces.
Yep, feels like mine.
All right. Where to now?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
No, you were talking first.
I was gonna say I go out into the main area and I say, I'm starting to get the feeling that no one's in this part of town, and if anyone survived whatever this boulder onslaught is, that they're probably in the keep.
Where was the keep?
On the other
What's
side of the
left?
shattered bridge.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right.
But there's still one more room we haven't checked up here, I think.
2.
Two. I'm gonna go to the north room and poke my head in.
Alrighty. 8. Charlie. This. Most of the furnishings in this room were destroyed when a rock flattened the northwest corner of the inn. Hanging on the east wall is a tapestry depicting a mountain landscape, and tucked under the window in the southeast corner is a locked wooden chest.
Ooh.
What remains of this floor seems relatively safe to walk on.
I don't like
I
the way he said
will.
that.
I will softly walk over towards the chest.
Alrighty. Would you like to attempt to open it?
Plan.
Alright, as you attempt to open the chest, it does not open. Seems like it
Seems like it's what? Locked?
is locked.
Is it small? Like how big is it?
It's a decent sized chest. It's your standard, about 5-10 foot wide chest.
If I try to pick it up, I know I've got the one bag slung over my shoulder. Can I drag it?
Yes, you could easily drag it.
Okay. I'm gonna drag it out into the hallway.
Why don't you use your verbal lockpick
Throw
set?
throw it through the opening in the floor and smash to the floor below it.
It's not a bad idea.
Excuse me, Kaz. I can hear you muttering about breaking this chest from all the way down here.
Just come upstairs.
Well, why don't you just drop it down here and let gravity do the work?
Are you still in the pantry?
Yeah, yeah. I'm literally 10 feet below you.
I guess I'll drag it over there and slide it off the edge.
Aim for the rock. It seems to do the best at being smashy. It's got a history of doing so.
Alright. Give me a minute. And we'll say that's 10 feet,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It would be about normal.
And it's a d6 per 10 feet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, it's a dwarf's house, so it may change the rules a little bit, but
It's an inn.
I'd go 10. Right.
an inn for
Oh,
dwarves.
we'll give it for you guys. As the chest hits this rock, it splits in two, and you hear the shattering of glass.
Whoops.
And it was a poison vial, and we're all gonna die.
So,
Forgot to give it that gentle shake to see if it sounded breakable.
Why would you listen to me?
I never will again.
spilling from its contents in a shower of metal, wood, and sparks, seeing as this chest was mostly metal, you see a suit of chainmail, a helm, a leather bag, 2 gemstones, and the remains of a glass vial come spilling out of here.
I put my finger in the S vial remains.
Are you trying to get some of the liquid, or
It's trying to get tetanus.
Hmm.
or are you trying to eat the glass?
I just put my finger in the remains.
All right. For the next minute, because this is entertaining to me, you gain 10 temporary hit points, and you are under the effect of the bless spell.
That's so great. I'm up to 14 cumulative hit points right now.
For the next minute.
Yep. I'm going to cherish this minute.
And the rest of the blue potion bubbles and steams off as though it were boiling.
I lick my finger now.
Nothing happens this time.
Okay, cool.
But from your gatherings, you can figure this was probably the dwarf's bedroom.
Oh no. Guys, is there anybody dead up there?
Not that I can see. Check under the rock.
I push the rock.
Strength check.
It will be a 14.
It doesn't move.
If he's under there, he is nice and good under there. Excuse me, Mork, are you down there?
You don't get an answer.
He's not saying anything.
Shall we see if Danvers sees anything in that last room, or did we already do that?
Haven't done that room yet. We've been playing chess shenanigans.
Okay.
So, Danvers, as you enter this room, it contains 2 beds, an empty wardrobe, a desk, and a matching chair. An oil lamp sits on one of the corners of the desk, and another rests on a small table tucked between the 2 beds. A bearskin rug lies on the floor.
Okay.
It is the same as the other room you checked out.
Yep. I'll just back out, shut the door, head downstairs.
All right.
Excuse me, Mr. DM Godperson, sir.
Yes.
What were the contents of the leather bag in the chest?
The contents of the leather bag in the chest. Ba-ba-ba-ba. There they are. You find 45 gold pieces.
Well, what am I going to do with that? I put the bag down.
And you also managed to scrounge up the 2 100 gold piece gemstones.
Well, what am I going to do with that? And I put that down too.
And looking at the armor that has come out, you realize that it is a suit of chainmail that is sized for a dwarf and a dwarven helm.
Oh, look at this. And I put it on my head. I'm a dwarf. Look at me. I'm so armored and protected. Hey, guys, come down here.
Kaz, in searching through the sack that you have procured in this downtime that we're having at the moment,
Yeah.
more specifically, you find several muffins, a block of cheese, a cooked chicken, a frying pan, an iron pot, a bullseye lantern, 2 flasks of oil, a set of cook's utensils, a jar of cloves, a jar of saffron, a dented silver jug, and a cracked hourglass. I will drop that into the chat for you.
Thank you.
But yes, that is the contents of the sack that you have been rummaging through
Cool.
after destroying a chest.
I think once we get down there and we find the bag, do you guys want to split that, or?
Well, on that note, it is 6 o'clock,
Okay.
so it is probably a good time to stop, and you guys can discuss throughout the week what you plan to do with your booty.
Okie-doke.
So, as always, 6 Emperor Lincoln logs.
Mm-hmm.